Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another episode of Who Are They? Real Talk. Once again, I am Matt, and joining me as of right now, because everybody else is going to trickle in throughout the night, is the one and the only Taylor Cleek.
Hello, everyone. My name is Taylor Cleek. I'm the host of Really Scared, your horror movie podcast on this channel every week. And I'm coming at you live and without any pants on once again. How you guys doing?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's very hot.
At least wear shorts.
I usually do. This time skipped out, so hopefully I don't have to get up for any reason, or this is going to become an OnlyFans channel.
Fair enough. Well, speaking of Really Scared, do want to say be sure to check out Really Scared this week, as we have a very exciting episode.
Oh, yeah.
With a discussion with 1BR producer Alok Mishra and actress Naomi Grossman. And we'll be talking about their film, which is coming to Netflix on the 23rd. And we're happy to have Alok back. He was the first guest on the reincarnated Really Scared. And we're also going to talk the Lovecraft Country pilot episode, which premieres tonight. So be sure to check that out. And yeah.
Thanks to everybody who's watching us instead of Lovecraft Country. I don't know if it's playing right now.
It starts at 9.
Starts at 9. Well, I got a feeling we'll still be going at 9.
Oh, yeah,
we got lots to talk about. But thanks to everybody who watched us, and thanks to everybody in advance who comes on, checks us out on Thursday, because we got a great show. Great show right here. I got it ready to go. 1BR, baby.
Oh, you got the Blu-ray.
1BR, baby. Got the Blu-ray. But you're not going to need the Blu-ray in a few days. But if you can't wait, I would still recommend getting it or buying it digitally.
Support this beautiful, beautiful movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't wait to have you later. We're going to talk Project Power later. We're going to give our review of that.
Woo! I need you, Connor, because I didn't watch it. so I need you to come in and help us out on that.
You were too busy watching your fourth watch through of Hannibal.
Oh, my God. Just love it. Man, I watched. We finished the last season again today. Jessica had never seen it before, so it was cool seeing her react to all that stuff for the first time. I know you still haven't watched Hannibal yet.
Nope, not yet.
Man, it's an all-timer. It's seriously, there's nothing else like it. I've never seen anything. Oh, we got my man 1BLT.
Oh, what's up, 1BLT? Welcome to Real Talk, the our primarily entertainment news show. But yeah, well, glad to have you checking out this show and not just Really Scared. So really hyped about that.
1BLT will come in on any program to talk about some potatoes. I don't have any mashed potatoes with me. We were talking about Hannibal. He could probably serve up a pretty mean dish of Hannibal with a side of fava beans and a nice Chianti. What do you have for us today, Thomas?
But well, first thing we're going to talk about is another programming update, which is next Saturday at 9. We're calling it 9. It's set for 9:15. But our recap of DC Fandom, we'll be recapping everything that happened throughout fandom throughout the day, whether it's the Batman panel, the Wonder Woman 1984 panel, the Flash movie panel, because we're getting that, and Shazam too. Maybe.
So much to talk about.
Yeah,
and Rocksteady video game news.
Yes, Rocksteady video game news.
Big for me. They've been like teasing us on more either Batman games or just DC games for a long time. So I'm excited to see what's going on with that big time.
Yeah. But let's get into our first real piece of movie news going into today. And that is we got a trailer for The Devil All the Time.
Yes.
Oh my God, I loved every moment of that trailer, dude. Robert Pattinson is starting to become mainstream again and probably starting to show all these naysayers that, hey, by the way, this is why I'm Batman.
Dude, look, if anybody's still doubting Pattinson at this point, they are just straight clowning. Like this, what else does this guy have to do? His involvement in any project immediately has my interest and my attention. And if it didn't, it doesn't matter because like anybody else you could like is in this movie too. You got Sebastian Stan, Tom Holland, Riley Keough, and I'm forgetting some because there's a ton. I forgot some. I'm sure there's some other ones to talk about, but this looks great. This looks like supremely my shit. We talked about it on Really Scary a little bit. It's one of those things where I can't even get a full grasp on what it's about, but some real like True Detective season 1 type vibes, some like Southern Gothic vibes, some weird evil pastor vibes. Our Pats for life, my friend. I agree,
Our
man.
Pats for life. If you haven't watched The Lighthouse yet, or Lost
Good
City
Time,
of Z,
or
Good
Lost City.
Time,
High Life.
The Rover is an film, but his
Rover?
performance is fantastic. So
He's been putting in the work. He's been atoning for Twilight. We got into it on Really Scared. I never even seen like any of the Twilight movies, so all I know are the Pattinson hits. So I'm like, what are you guys talking about? This dude's been killing it right out the gate. Leave Pattinson alone.
when we do our Who Are They Really Scared Twilight Watch, thanks to Chris Anthony. Uh-oh, there we go.
Are you breaking up? Am I breaking up?
Freaking there you were. Good. We're good.
You're still breaking up super hard for me. Yeah. It's just me now. Oh, no. What happened?
Did that work?
You're still kind of like a stop motion art piece over there for me. I don't know what Am I better?
Yeah, you're better.
You're
perfect. You're perfect. You're perfect.
I'm perfect.
Yeah.
I'm perfect. I glitched out and Matt sounded like a banjo, according to Connor in the chat. So, okay. What? Okay. It's looking pretty smooth. We're at like a smooth, like 10 frames per second now.
We're back to smooth. All right, cool. No, but yeah, I mean, that trailer was on the edge.
Oh no. I think you're still banjo-y. Oh no, you froze. I don't know if it's just on my end or it's everybody. Okay.
Hold on. So I'm gonna let you take the reins for a minute while I try to figure this out.
The reins. All right,
So,
I'll take.
Go ahead and do a mini Really Scared episode, if you will.
A mini Really Scared. I mean, at this point, well, first of all, let me do what I usually do on Really Scared, which is ask you guys, what have you been watching this week? Anybody in the chat watching anything interesting? 1BLT, have you eaten anything interesting? Let me know. I'm genuinely interested. I was talking about Hannibal earlier, guys. I want more people to get into Hannibal because I could do a full Really Scared episode just appreciating that show. And maybe we'll do it because I know Connor's a fan. I know Jessica's a fan. I know Toby was watching it. Mr. Happy Sunday was checking it out. Our friend Caleb was checking it out. So maybe we'll do a Hannibal episode. But if you haven't watched that show before, go check it out on Netflix. It is, wow, you guys can't see it on my side, but Matt has completely disappeared. I hope he's still within this dimension. Connor Breedlove finished up Transformers. I know he watched the first 3 last time we spoke. So wow, he went all the way around. He went to what else is that? Age of Extinction? Is that one of them? There's one where there's Anthony Hopkins is in it. He started the Halloween series. Yeah, I think I'd seen that you were watching the 4th one. You had made it all the way up to the 4th one at least. I kind of get lost in there, like which one is which with Halloween as far as continuity goes. Like I know up to number 3. I know Busta Rhymes shows up eventually. I know Rob Zombie reboots it, and then I know we reboot it again. But I get kind of lost in the minutia of the Halloween series. What if this was just a show? What if this was a show which is just me full screen all the time, and I just talk to people? That could be kind of fun. It's kind of like a late night radio show of some sorts, like Sleepless in Seattle, just me, snoozing with Cleek or some shit. Check out Hannibal if you haven't watched Hannibal yet. And you can check out 1BR on VOD while you're at it. And I got it right here. The Plug Master keeps that thing on him. Paul Tremblay's Survivor song. It's a Really Scared book of the month. Got a book club. What other show on this channel has a book club? None others. Just us.
Soon, Saber Reels.
Saber Reels is getting a book club?
Per your idea.
Well, my idea was a little more intense than a book club. But I'm curious. I don't know if you're announcing that officially right now.
Well, when Saber Reels gets back up, it's been one of those things where it's fighting time. But I'm back to normal now.
He's back, and he doesn't sound like a banjo. And you guys really should read Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay. Come talk about it with us at the end of the month. I'm really scared.
Yes, please do that.
Connor Breedlove's watching CSI and Reno 911. What I want to know is he watching the two? Is he watching Reno 911 on Quibi? Matt's frozen again. Connor Breedlove is halfway through the book. I think I'm about halfway through as well. It's really a page nerd. If you haven't started Survivor Song yet, it's not too late to start. You'll get through it.
Oh, boy.
Nick's joined us. I'm going to pull Matt. That's just unfortunate. Oh, wait. He moved.
Yeah, I'm back to normal. I should be back to normal.
Well, you should be, but you're not.
Howdy, y'all. How
are you doing, my friend?
Oh,
I'm gonna restart my router. I'll be back.
Okay, now he's good.
Oh, it's
now I'm good. Now I'm good.
You're good right now. Right. I can't promise
the, us show, I guess. First of all, I would like to just shout out Mr. Ludinardo for this beautiful raised liver and onions journal that he gave me today, and beautiful gift. Love it very much. But no, I'm a little bit late to here, and I'm very sorry about that.
We didn't really
you are.
Much.
Yeah, you are, but you're really not, because we haven't managed to have the technical proficiency to get to anything quite yet.
Realistically, all we've talked about is fandom and the devil all the time. That's it.
Okay.
And then I just started plugging. Plug
master here. All right.
Fill them up. Nick, have you seen the trailer for Devil All the Time?
I did, and it looks pretty cool. I definitely love all the talent in it. I just want to keep seeing Robert Pattinson everything before he becomes Batman. And you can't go wrong with Tom Holland. You got just an interesting ensemble around them. But yeah, definitely I'm down for anything Robert Pattinson and Tom Holland related.
A weird, creepy time. Between that and I'm thinking of ending things, I'm going to be spending a lot of time on Netflix next month. I'm excited for
which I feel like we've been in a little bit of a Netflix film drought, at least of things that have piqued my interest personally. But this definitely sparked it again. Other than the Big Show, the Big Show has definitely sparked my interest.
Right on. One BLT says Tom Holland, 10 out of 10. Don't disagree.
One BLT is back? All right.
Yeah, one BLT's back with the creepy camel avatar.
I love it.
And he did bring up potatoes earlier, so you missed that.
Oh, come on, one BLT.
He didn't answer my question though, what he's been eating lately.
Yeah. So well, hey, listen, a returning fan, I really appreciate it. One BLT, my boy.
One BLT, one BR. Hope he comes back next week.
Yes. There you go. I'll plug it.
Connor said Project Power, which we will be reviewing later when Connor's actually able to get onto the show. So, yeah.
Hopefully he'll have high enough internet speed to access this program.
Is that what happened? Is that why?
I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know.
Missing out on our buddy Connor?
No,
I'm missing him.
No, he's working right now.
Also, I am sitting, so if I look up, it's because I want to look at your beautiful faces. I'm sorry. Let's get into the movies.
If I'm looking if I'm looking like this, Nick, I'm looking right at you.
All right.
I wanted to be lazy today. I usually have been standing lately.
Because of Chris.
Right. My boy isn't on here today, so.
Or is he? Because we got George Thomas in the chat. How you doing, George?
All right. Oh, that is my boy. That's one of my boys. I had to throw on my co-produced by Speed Weed hat real quick. Just wanted to mention that. Anyways, movies.
Let's do this thing. TV.
So let's, after we've mentioned Devil all the time, but let's go to this Flash news because this is something I think we can really dig into and have a decent discussion about. So Grant Morrison came out and talked about his Flash movie with Ezra Miller. He said, yeah, I mean, Ezra and I wrote that last year, but it kind of, what's it like? It's just one of those things I thought we had a really good version of the Flash, and we wrote it as fast as the Flash because it was so demanding, and it was pretty good. And I think that after a few drafts, it would have been great. But the way some studios work, these things just come and go. I think about 15 people have already written versions of the Flash, but it does seem to be going ahead now. Whoa, what is that?
Nick Molbach's on the move. You can't see him, but you can hear him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This is not the most technically sound episode.
Right.
Apparently not. I wanted to stand again, and I unplugged my camera.
Yep. But but it does seem to be going ahead now, but not with the version that we did. I had fun. Ezra came over the house. We just had a real blast and created the story, and maybe one day the script will leak out into the world. Morrison went so far to say that their version was more in the realm of science fiction story like Back to the Future than traditional superhero movie. Yeah, it was really good. I mean, I don't know what they're doing with it, but it was pretty good, and it was a very different kind of superhero movie. It was like Back to the Future, I'd say, more than a superhero movie. It wasn't darker, really. I mean, elements of the darkness were there, and the material that they wanted us to use was the Flashpoint stuff. So Ezra and I were actually trying to do something that was a bit more like I say, it's kind of just a great science fiction story. And if you know this comics, it would have made sense if you.
Uh-oh. No! No!
Oh, that was a
Oh,
long
man.
one too.
Oh no! I'm gonna, I guess, take him. I mean, I can't read from his quote. I guess I'll take him off. As you can see, Matt Thomas is froze once again. I don't know if this is a connection issue or if his toe hit the power strip under his computer. I'm gonna take him out.
So Flash. I mean, listen. There's gonna be so many people. I'm pretty sure I wrote a Flash movie for this movie, just because everybody has.
May as well try.
Right. I mean, listen, they might actually make it for all I know. And I did go back to standing, by the way. Yeah. So it just felt better. So, but no, really, like, I don't even know if an Ezra Miller Flash movie is going to happen at this point. And though I'd really like to see one because I love Ezra Miller, it's just like, oh my goodness. Like anything that can go wrong with this movie, it feels like is going wrong. Now they did get a good director. So I'm hoping that helps.
We've gone mobile. We've got Matt on a Quibi.
So this is just because I accidentally bumped the power cord of my computer.
He did! I told you he did! He did it! The old toe of doom.
Yeah, the big toe of doom. But
tragic.
Oh, what Oh man, yeah, I don't know about the Flash. First of all, you can't read that much Grant Morrison dialogue without doing an offensively bad Scottish accent. So I'm disappointed you didn't try.
Oh no!
Oh man, is he chopping up on the Quibi? This is rough. This might just have to be the Taylor and Nick show, man. I mean, we'll see what we can do. I'm sure we could figure out from the notes what we were supposed to talk about tonight.
Oh, there it is. Nope.
I went off the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi must be acting up.
All right, you're moving real slick now.
I mean,
just gotta stop positioning your phone.
He's moving real slick. Connor loves watching.
Never mind. This is.
We got ceiling cam. This is going to be really, really good in audio format.
Oh my God.
Shout out to my iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud listeners because this has got to be riveting.
Please boot him out. I need to see his ass, dude.
Wait, I said we don't want OnlyFans on this. Not yet. You gotta pay extra if you want access to the Patreon. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Look, the Flash movie. I don't know if a Grant Morrison Flash movie would have ever made it through the studio system because I don't know if you've read a Grant Morrison comic, but dude does not make conventional superhero stories. They are full of psychedelics and
yeah. And weird. If you're Ezra Miller, I would imagine that you're fine with combining those into your film, right?
Yeah, fair enough. I also agree. I don't really think that this Ezra Miller. Who's directing that now? I can't even remember.
Andy Muschietti.
Okay, so I mean that is a great pick and all, but I don't think this Ezra Miller version is long for this world at this point. We've got an entire aborted cinematic universe that it's attached to, like 10 different scripts. Directors come in, they come out.
Michael Keaton might be in it. We don't know.
We'll find out this Saturday.
Oh right, yeah.
I guess. And what their panel's like 10 minutes long, right?
A 10-minute panel.
Oh Jesus.
That feels like enough time to either say, "Don't worry, we're still going to make the movie," or "I'm sorry, we're not going to make the movie."
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
That would be great if a panel was, "I'm sorry, we're not going to make the movie."
I mean, by all accounts, it seems as though they're using him in the promotional material. They did that like thing where cosplayers got to do videos with the characters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we just.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get this phone to stay up while I'm getting my computer set up.
I know, but maybe we let you in when it's fixed.
Yeah, I'm about to pop out.
See you on the other side, my friend.
Oh, wow.
Connor, I did see your comment from those quotes. It seems like it was a hodgepodgey mess of ideas, which, again, I love the guy, but that's pretty symptomatic of Grant Morrison.
Yeah, I mean,
I
don't know who I want this movie from, because wasn't there supposed to be one from the guy who wrote Back to the Future?
God, I don't remember. Was Robert Zemeckis like attached to it at some point?
He was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And listen, I don't know. Can Michael Keaton direct this at this point? I don't know. Is he a director?
I forgot that we were told Michael Keaton was going to show up in it somehow, which even that feels like my DC mantra, believe it when I see it. So I don't believe a damn thing about the Flash movie because I haven't seen any of it.
Fuego scoop that we got. That was that was the news. I'm pretty sure where it dropped. Or that was the news to say not to believe any of it that we were getting or something like that. I don't remember.
That's my policy going forward. Don't believe anything about the Flash because it's not none of it's come to fruition. We should have probably watched this movie like 2 years ago, right?
It feels like it.
Certainly, I think it was on. I think that like proposed DC timeline of films they put out, we should have seen all of them, all the way up to even the Cyborg movie at this point. So,
which, I mean, is Cyborg now going to appear in Flash? Are we going to get skinny Henry Cavill? It's just so weird. I don't know. Just because, I mean, the second that you introduce Keaton to it, it's like,
Oh shit.
2017, Connor says we should have seen it. Well, that was a brief Quibi. That was like a Matt Thomas jump scare. We're so good at this, guys. God bless anybody who's still watching this. I couldn't blame you for tapping out and going to watch Lovecraft Country tonight because this one's been hectic. Yeah, Connor confirmed 2017, 3 years ago. We were supposed to have seen the Flash movie. Jesus,
it doesn't feel like it for sure. I mean, it feels like we just got Justice League.
Yeah, that's when we got Justice League. I mean, look, if Connor's having a great time watching this shit sink to the bottom of the ocean. George believes in the Flash.
I mean, listen, I hope it happens.
No,
they're starting to get the right people attached to it. That's my big thing. Is like Machete, great, love the guy.
They've had good people attached to it. Robert Zemeckis doing a DC movie is kind of a cool idea, but that didn't. And Lord and Miller were on it before that, right?
They were the first, I believe.
So they've had a lot of great people attached to this.
Lord and Miller, I feel like are cursed when it comes to movies and stuff like that. I mean. Big franchises, although I guess they had the power to pretty much use every single one of those characters in the Lego movie, so it works. Yeah, I mean, because of that insane success of the Lego movie, I would think that studios should get out of their way and let them play with their properties a bit. Well, it's not even that; it's Spider-Man. Yeah, there you go. I mean, but I don't know. I feel like Lord and Miller aren't for companies that interfere too much with their projects. I mean, and I guess, yes, it's Sony that we're thinking about, but I think that Sony was finally to their last leg where they're like, listen, just do something, we'll be fine with it. And then obviously the end product was fantastic. Yeah. But like Lord and Miller do not work well with studio interference at all. No, that's pretty evident. I mean, could we? You know what would be happening right now if Lord and Miller made that movie? We'd be clamoring for the Lord and Miller cut of the Flash. That would be exactly what it would be. I mean, you're so right. Like, it wouldn't be, or I don't know who's supposed to make Cyborg. I don't know any of this stuff. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I guess the guys who made Game Night, great movie, and then Robert Zemeckis, and now Andy Muschietti. After Lord, this thing is just an albatross around DC's neck. I mean, I don't doubt that there'll be a Flash movie one day. I just don't know that it's going to be whatever this Flash movie is. It shouldn't, to me, be that hard. But my issue with it is that DC feels like they need to jump the gun on everything. So in my opinion, they're going, oh well. Flashpoint is a popular story. Let's jump right into Flashpoint, which doesn't make any sense at all. They should be just going with a smaller story, Captain Cold or something like that. I mean, you've already established your Captain Boomerang, so you have Flash villains established. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, it makes sense to me from a financial standpoint, but if they're not going to do it right, why jump straight into Flashpoint? It just doesn't make any sense. Because it's a quick shortcut to have to write out the unpopular movies from continuity, which may be popular again after the Snyder Cut comes out. Who knows? Who knows? We were talking about DC fandom, Nick. Is there anything else you're particularly looking forward to about that? The Batman. The stuff that is completely out of the continuity of the DCEU. I mean, I can pretty much agree with Matt on hopefully there's a Harley Quinn season 3 announcement.
So have you watched all of that show?
Not all of it, but he's been kind of showing it to me as time goes on. I think we're almost done with season 1. But I watch it when I can, and I definitely do enjoy it more as time goes on. At first, I was kind of like, oh, this is an FU fest. And I'm like, well, not necessarily what I want. But, because like I feel like when it got put onto Sci-Fi, it was just like, blank this, blank that. Like it. But, we've already had this discussion on the podcast, surprisingly enough, if you watch our Harley Quinn debate. But to me, it's just like, it's getting better at least. So hopefully, they do put out a season 3. I'm not really into the TV shows that much besides that, other than like Titans. So if we get some Titans content, I'm not going to be mad.
George isn't shocked by your optimism.
I know. It's
and I'm looking forward to the Batman. George, are you looking forward to the Batman? Because I think this is going to be a special little movie.
And I wonder what type of footage we're going to be getting in an event like this. Because
so is that confirmed we're getting footage?
I heard, but I mean, don't go by me. I kind of just read random shit on Twitter and hope for the best.
Could be a Fuego scoop.
It definitely could be a Fuego scoop. I mean, think about it like this. They haven't, I don't know if they've really shot much for it so far before COVID hit.
Yeah.
There was set leaks of him on a motorcycle. There was set leaks of what was supposed to be a victim of the Riddler. What I would love to see is do like a sizzle reel of every single person who's been announced for the cast, and maybe more if you have more, of the way that original teaser was shot.
Ooh,
with showing off him in the cowl for the first time. So you could get your Catwoman, you could get your Riddler, Penguin, even, because there were rumors of a leak on set of Colin Farrell, right? Yeah, am I saying the right Colin
Farrell?
Yes. There were some set leaks of Colin Farrell on set, rumored to be on set at least, where he had like blonde hair and stuff like that. So
I think I've seen that. Yeah, there are photos of him on set.
Well, he was going around debunking him, and I don't know if that's him just saying that because he has to, or if there was legit another movie shooting at the time, which there very well could be. I mean,
because I was really upset about those photos because he wasn't looking that Cobblepot thick that I like.
He wasn't girthy. He wasn't Colin Girth. That was the Joker we made.
Yeah, I want that thick bowl of oats, man. I want that chunky Oswald Girth. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what you're saying, my friend.
Rumors full blown trailer next week. I mean, I would love that too.
Really? Okay. I mean, I just don't remember there being enough to be shot for a full blown trailer, but I mean, maybe they were pretty far into production. I don't know.
Yeah,
they were filming
even just like a 30-second teaser. You know what I mean? Like if I see Jeffrey Wright's Gordon throw the signal on and Robert Pattinson's up on the roof, that's enough to make me smile like a little child.
I agree. I love me some Jeffrey Wright. I think that it's funny enough because I can picture almost every single person as their character. I cannot picture Andy Serkis as
that is the weird one,
as Alfred, and I want to kind of get to see what that is because when he was rumored for the cast, I'm thinking, oh, I mean, he could, you could do a Clayface cameo or something like that because he is the king of motion capture. He could be Man-Bat.
Yes.
If you're going that route, I mean, clearly Man-Bat has been written into some of the scripts, which is odd. But I don't know, man. I would like to see what he's going to look like because I've seen some fan art, and to me it doesn't feel natural, but that doesn't mean that maybe when I see him as Alfred that it's going to feel a little bit better. I'm really, really, really looking forward to seeing Riddler.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that they could have casted anybody better for that role.
Yeah, we haven't seen that character. Well, at least cinematically, we haven't seen that character in live action since Jim Carrey, and I got a feeling this is going to be a much more restrained, different type of performance for that. So,
well, you got Paul Dano. Paul Dano literally looks like the embodiment of some of the comic book Riddlers. So, like, I was ecstatic when I saw that he was cast in the role because I was thinking, if they were going to go Riddler, that there was a few people I had in mind, and he definitely wasn't one of them. But then I was, flipped my brain on. I was like, oh wow, that is perfect. I could not even have thought of a better casting for Riddler.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, Neil Patrick Harris would have been great. He was one that was in my mind, but I love it. I'm really excited for Paul Dano.
Yeah, I think he's going to be good, and I'm looking forward to the Andy Serkis. I think, isn't it weird that we've never had like a traditionally comic book looking Alfred in these films? Like we've never had bald pencil mustache. Literally, on all the takes that have gone through, and I'm not saying like Michael Caine should have been rocking that look; it would have been weird as hell. But it's just strange that we never really got that before, you know. And
well, like even so, Lou has been doing a few things with Legos, and he found a '66 Batman set, and there was a person in there because it had been a while since I had visited the show. I'm like, oh, this must be Commissioner Gordon. No, it was Alfred. Alfred looks weirdly like Commissioner, or like he could be Commissioner Gordon. But strangely enough, when I looked up the picture of him in live action, I would say that that's almost the closest that we've got to a comic book looking Riddler. But
never got there. I know he did it in the Lego movie, but I thought Ralph Fiennes would have played or could play a great traditional comic book accurate Alfred.
Yeah.
He's got the look down. I see Matt's down there. I don't know if he's ready to come in around to the show or George Thomas saying 66 Batman sucks. I thought he was just saying it rules in the chat there. I thought he was saying he looks back to 60s Batman, not forwards.
I mean,
what's going on there?
Listen, I don't dislike it. I get it. I don't know. Oh, sorry if there's a weird audio thing right now. My wind muff thing is falling off. But I don't dislike the 60s Batman. I love Cesar Romero as the Joker and how he didn't want to shave his mustache off for it. I think that's gangster. But because also that's one of my favorite like looks for the Riddler that they've ever had. And they got their girthy penguin in there as well. So
yes, Burgess Meredith.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing the thickness, bringing the thunder.
Gotta
love it.
And Danny DeVito did, but Danny DeVito was such a weird penguin that like not a traditional penguin, I guess.
That's true. Traditional. You're right. There's nothing traditional about Batman Returns. No aspect of that is traditional. We got Matt back on the screen. I gotta be honest.
It's working.
Audio a little loud though.
I'm trying to figure this whole situation out. It's a pain in the rear.
Are your fans still on?
Yeah, but they're in different.
I mean, that's what it is. If I could assume.
Nick with the insider now.
I mean, listen, I've been
he's
there.
gone.
Oh my gosh.
George said kick him off. I actually did not kick him off, but he's gone.
I was confused. Where did he go? He was sounding fine.
Off. Dude, Big Toe kicked the power switch again. The Big Toe is our.
If it did, I just gotta figure out where his feet are going.
Shoot. Here's the tough thing is he's got things to move on to, but like I feel like he's gonna have the most to say about most of them, so I don't want to move on. Okay, he's back. We got him.
We're good.
Yeah, sorry, my brands weren't loading up, so I had to refresh the page. And
okay, we're here.
We're happy to see you.
Whoa! What is going on tonight, folks? This is just one of those.
Okay, that was a joke, right?
I wasn't on purpose, but my big.
Oh,
all right, I'm back. I wasn't on purpose, but I'm back.
Did your knee hit your power button?
Yeah, my big.
Hey, I've never been number one on the stream before.
Nick is number one, baby. This is the Nick special. All right, man. We talked at
bastard. No. It's okay. I knew he was going to do that the second I belong at the bottom. Trust me.
That was a shame.
No, you belong right here.
That was a shame. I'm back, George. Cleek's back. Just for you, I came back when I saw that comment.
Well, no, I think this next thing I'm going to bring up, I think Nick could actually.
Along.
Yeah.
We handled the flash talk, so it's fine.
Yeah, you handled the flash talk. You handled Batman and fandom, which is one of the things I actually had on the list. So, yeah, no. I am curious though, because rumors we're going to get another Wonder Woman 1984 trailer. Which do we really need another one? Unless you're showing us.
I'm fine with that. I mean, they've been playing the same one in rotation for a long time now.
There was a second one, right?
No, actually, Taylor's right. There wasn't a second.
It's just been that one with Blue Monday on it.
Yeah.
I love the usage of that song, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, just been where she whips the lightning bolt and rides it. There's been nothing else beyond that. Which when the hell is that movie coming out, Matt? I'm sure you know.
October, I think it's 2nd.
Is it going to streaming first?
No, it is not.
I thought that I heard that it was.
No, Warner Brothers is one of these studios that's not pushing the streaming thing, especially with their larger releases.
Pay $30 to get it off HBO Max, right?
Pay $70 to get it off of HBO Max for 13 minutes.
Yeah, I'll take another trailer. I mean, we would have watched this movie already, right? If there was the traditional.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess
weirdly enough, that was actually scheduled to be released, not a DC movie that was scheduled to be released that never got made. Sorry, I just figured I'd mention that.
Yeah. No, I think we're due for a trailer.
They're not going to do. That's not one of their larger properties. Like Wonder Woman and Tenet are $200 million movies. That's not Scoob. They can't take a hit on something like Wonder Woman or Tenet, which is why it's going to be in theaters first.
Scoob deserved to go straight to demand.
Yes, it did.
Scooby Dooby Dooba.
Scooby Dooby don't.
Do you guys also? Hell yeah. Do you guys also want to play into the rumors that we might be getting some sort of a DCEU show on HBO Max?
Ooh, what would that even be?
The rumors were when the Green Lantern show was announced that was going to be a DCEU show.
Because there are also rumors about, and these are like far-fetched rumors that I don't think are ever going to happen, but a Jared Leto, Joe Manganiello, and
ignore those. Those are literally right after the Snyder Cut was announced. Those
are Fuego scoops.
Yeah, probably. I just figured I'd.
Let's just say they're getting Ben Affleck and them are getting their own Batman show, which is not happening as much as I would love for that to happen.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Did you see on Twitter Ryan Reynolds like teasing that he might show up in the Snyder Cut?
Yeah, there's the long running joke that he was going to get to redeem Green Lantern or something like that.
I'm not sure if you never know with Ryan Reynolds, I guess, but he had said like, I hear I might show up in Snyder Cut, or I'd love to be in it.
Well, then he released this like trailer for Green Lantern that had like Deadpool killing Green Lantern at the beginning, and I don't think that was even the same thing from Deadpool 2. And then like a million other random shit happens, and I don't know where at the end it's that scene where they're all staring down at something, and it was Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern. I'm like, no,
I'll take it. I'll take it. It's as likely as any real Green Lantern movie's ever going to be at this point.
Oh shit! No, that's for certain studios, maybe.
No! Oh no! Is he frozen on your side?
A little bit.
What?
Yeah.
No!
Stop screaming, please.
Oh wait, no, we heard you scream, but we like you're moving in stop motion again. Jesus Christ. Oh man.
So Burgess Meredith, thick.
Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, baby.
Hell yeah.
Geez, again, he's got this stuff prepped up that I can move the conversation forward, but I feel like he has the most to say about all these things.
Am I back?
He's back?
Yes, you're back.
Okay. You're back.
Cool. Sorry.
Oh man.
Literally, my internet has not
everybody
been my friend
enjoyed
the last
hearing.
hour,
and hopefully everybody enjoyed hearing Matt scream. And luckily, that scream did not come during one of your flares where your mic gets really loud.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, luckily, I am on an Ethernet cable. It's these Google Home Wi-Fi's that suck.
Welcome to real troubleshooting every Sunday night here on this channel.
Hey, we've been doing all right.
Lately, it's just been the last week or so that it's been doing this.
No, yeah, this is unprecedented. A debut performance by technical errors. What else have you got on the docket for us, friend?
Yeah, quick before it freezes again.
Give us the next subject for us.
Oh no! Oh, I thought it You froze for a few seconds there.
It makes my heart sink every time. Yeah. It keeps happening.
We're going to talk about, and I know Nick can probably add to this because he's watched part of the sequel series with me when I was doing my watch through of it. But the Avatar: The Last Bender Netflix adaptation lost the creators of the original Avatar show. So, and
Whoops.
it's got
Oh no! Oh!
There he goes again. Also, so to explain Matt's to explain Matt's statement from before, I've watched 3 episodes of Legend of Korra with him while I was creating the highlights for Really Scared Once. So I don't really think I have a lot to say on this subject because of that. But
this is unfortunate because you know who else has never watched any of Avatar before?
Well, here's what I'll say about that though, is if you're gonna bring the original showrunners on to do something like this, like what's the point of not going by what they're saying? That's my big thing. It's like, oh, he's trying again. What's the point of bringing on the creators of the show if you're gonna not listen to their wishes?
Yeah,
I agree.
That's I mean, yeah, Matt, my 3 episodes of Legend of Korra that I watched does not make me and I barely watched does not make me
but my point is like, oh, this is cool. That's what I'm Avatar is a lot similar but with an overarching story line for the entire show, not just season.
Yes, but that's the thing. It's like the big thing to take away from this has nothing to do with the TV show itself. It's don't bring back the original people onto it. Or just make the M. Night Shyamalan one over again, I guess. It's like obviously they went with ignoring the creators and see how that went. What a twist! Shyamalan made a terrible movie.
If I remember correctly, that's the movie that started the sink of that temporary sink of his career.
It did. Surprisingly enough, whitewashing all of your characters does not help make a good film. That said. Yeah, it's just to me, it's a problem with whoever is doing it. I mean, it's like, what's the point of bringing on the original show creators if you're just gonna be like, well, here's what we're going to do, and then go a completely different direction?
Yeah, I don't. What would it even be? I mean, you bring in it's their brainchild, and you're like, oh, tonally, we want something different, maybe because it's live action. What I mean. Not an encouraging sign. I don't need to have watched any of Avatar or know anything about Avatar to know that this is not a good sign. This is not make me excited to check out this rendition of that world and those characters. One BLT says it's all about the money, and that's the thing. You're not wrong for the studio end, the producer end. It is about the money, and I don't argue against that. Matt's just giving up. He's going straight to the bottle. I don't blame him. Okay. I don't blame him. I don't disagree. It is all about the money, but you would think the most profitable way to go is to trust the visionaries behind the property that you're adapting and not trying to go a different. Maybe they think there is a more profitable way to go in contrast to, whatever made it the successful phenomenon in the first place, which is very narcissistic. But wouldn't be the first time something like that has happened. No, I think I don't think people want dark and gritty Avatar. Again, this is somebody who's not watched the show. I'm sure it gets pretty dramatic and serious for a cartoon aimed at a young audience. But
not until like it's a little bit in the beginning, more towards the end of the seasons when you get the drama, and then sprinkled here and there throughout the episodes. But I have the entire series. The entire Avatar: The Last Airbender series on Blu-ray, and for the most part, it's a lighthearted, fun show. I mean, I wish Jess was on here because Jess could probably talk a lot about it right now.
No, she's not. That wouldn't help your case at all. She has like held captive hate watching Avatar via the kids, so that's probably not going to be your best review source. But. I mean, that's when I hear this, my thinking is they want to take it maybe in a more adult, targeted, more serious, which I think sounds like a terrible idea.
Some of the reports were saying they want to age up the characters and want to be able to cast outside of race again. It's like, so the Fire Nation is supposed to be like China, Earth Nation it's supposed to be like Eastern China. Earth Nation is supposed to be like India, Air Nation's supposed to be, remember correctly. There's a whole breakdown of it, but these are people of real races, and you want to whitewash it again, basically. But like, I'm really against the aging up the characters, because this is a story about like a 10, 11-year-old kid who has to accept this huge destiny after being frozen in ice for over 100 years. So,
why would you, if you have the people who thought of the damn thing in the first place and they're like, this is a bad idea, why would you contest that? Just doesn't make me any more curious to check this out. You can't argue with the creator.
So the water tribe is based on Arctic cultures such as the Inuits and the Yupiks, and borrowed elements of Chinese and East Asian tradition. The Earth Kingdom is based primarily on China and its neighboring states. The Fire Nation is East and Southeast Asia. Some of its cultures draw inspiration from Mesoamerican civilization and the Polynesian Islands. And then the Air Nomads are based on Tibetan culture, the Shaolin monks, Sri Lanka Buddhism, and Hinduism. So,
I mean, there you go. How can you not learn from the Shyamalan movie? Like, take your notes from it. If people were so upset that you whitewashed it, is that really what the report is? It's like
that's some of the stuff that's been coming out. So
you should not have any consistent criticisms with the Shyamalan movie, which was universally despised by critics and fans alike. You should not have any consistencies with that.
Oh, here, that film is one of the first films I took my younger brother to, because he loved Avatar. When he was little, he watched it on Nickelodeon while it was still live, and then the film happened. And that was 2010 it came out. We saw it at the Dollar Theater. So he was 6 going on 7. That was the first time I heard him walk out of a movie and say, "That sucked."
Oh man, that was the true coming of age moment when you see a movie you're really excited for and you didn't like it. That's such a universal heartbreak, I feel.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Especially when it's like a young kid. Like, rarely do you ever hear a young kid say that sucked about a kid's movie, basically.
Wasn't Shyamalan's whole thing too? He wanted to make it for one of his kids. He was like, my kid loves Avatar. I want to bring this to life for him.
Yep. My God, how they do the bending in that movie is just god awful.
Don't they like breakdance or some shit?
Well, bending in general is a lot like meditating poses, yoga poses, things like that. Those motions. So it's just one of those things. And if I'm even the movies on Netflix right now, if I remember correctly.
Cool, let's watch it right now.
Oh God, no.
Hell yeah!
Pull it up on stream. Let's get taken down. Who cares?
Let's get drunk and watch. That should be a watch through. That should be a watch along.
That was my last Strange Magic. I just threw out a frame, so can't do that part tonight. What else we got?
Well, I'm still on this because it's really just.
He's still on this.
It's disappointing.
I think we have a confirmation of martial arts style is
Tai Chi. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Oh, they do Tai Chi?
Well, there's multiple martial arts that are influences on the different.
Yeah. Tai Chi is not like a combat form.
So here, airbending is derived from.
But when they do the Tai Chi, they have like stuff coming out of their hands.
Waterbending is
flying out.
Waterbending is Tai Chi. Earthbending is powerful strikes of Hungar, and firebending is aggressive strikes of Northern Shaolin style. So, yeah, it's disappointing.
I heard in the new one they're going to use Rex Kwon Do for the Earthbenders.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
That's why they're so upset.
No, I'm disappointed. Because as someone who just finally watched Legend of Korra because he found out he had free access through CBS All Access. Because people always freak out, oh my God, we need to be able to watch Avatar. By the way, when it leaves Netflix, get CBS All Access, the highest tier possible, and you'll always have Avatar and Legend of Korra. Just saying. Yes, real Airbender talk.
Real Airbender talk with two guys who've not watched.
That's right. This is definitely the cosmopolitan of airbending.
Yes, but yeah, it's just one of those things. This has been a wacky episode for a multitude of reasons.
Real talk gets weird, dude. I like this show. It gets
Matt
weird
is
sometimes.
Matt is mansplaining airbending to us, and I love it.
He's airsplaining.
He's
tarsplaining.
Ben-splaining.
All right. Let's move on to something. Probably I'm the only one who really cares about it. Tron 3, which Jared Leto went out on his Twitter and said it might be called Tron Ares, is officially greenlit by the director of Gold, that Matthew McConaughey movie.
That was a striking image. I don't like him looking at me like that. He's very close and very large. And I don't ever want Jared Leto to be that close to me ever again. Man, I gotta say, I haven't watched any of the Tron movies, but I'm already exhausted thinking about him as a leading performance in this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hope that it's good because I do like the Tron movies. And, I hear Daft Punk's returning, so that's already good enough for me. Like, just give me this movie. I'll never have to see it. Just give me the Daft Punk album that comes along with it, and I'm fine. But, no, I hope that it's good. I'll definitely be walking into the theater with my light cycle bike disc strapped to my back.
Identity disc and the light cycle baton.
Yeah, whatever. I have both. So
yes.
I just would like to walk out of that movie enjoying it. It's a very I would argue that Tron Legacy was a cool looking movie. So if they could bring that technology back, and
what is this Breedlove Leto support in the chat? What's going on there? Are you a big fan?
He's a huge Leto fan. I remember him speaking Leto's praise for Blade Runner, which even though he's only in it for. He's not bad.
He's not a.
No, he does not have a frisbee painted in glow in the dark paint. He has the.
I have the actual legit one, and I just like bringing it up because your son wants it.
I don't think Leto's bad, and I don't think Leto's generally speaking a bad actor, and I don't think he's bad in Blade Runner. However, I do think everyone's like over here in this movie, and then Leto's over here in a different movie that whole time. He's not on the same level as everybody else tonally. But I like it. Look, I like him in Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh, fantastic! I love that performance.
I like him in Fight Club. I don't know. I've liked his performances before.
American Psycho.
American Psycho. I'm just
Joker. I hate him in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I'm just so exhausted by him as like a presence and a persona, and the idea of him as a leading performance.
Yes, Morbius looks fantastic.
Well, I don't want to.
That's a leading performance right there. If I've ever seen.
I don't know if I'd go as far as it looks fantastic.
Well, no, it looks very intriguing. I'm just saying.
That is a leading performance. It's been a while since I've seen him in a leading performance, but the idea of it, based around what his current hype and persona and weird cult island status, is just like everything about Leto makes me want to take a nap. So we'll see. Is he supposed to be the lead in this? Because I can't picture.
He's supposed to be the lead.
Nothing about Jared Leto to me speaks heroic protagonist. So I don't know how that's going to work out.
I'm wondering if he's going to be replacing the Cillian Murphy character from.
That's too bad.
No, honestly, it'd be an improvement because Cillian Murphy is only in the movie for 2 minutes, so it doesn't matter.
Killian.
I said Cillian.
Killian's a killer. No, Mr. Killian's a killer, man.
I don't know if that would be an improvement since we didn't really get to see a lot of him. Jared Leto is the Joker. But
Connor's throwing stuff over this Leto blasphemy. Get on the stream, you spaghetti.
He's got like 7 minutes. Let him be.
Clock out. Get out here and defend him.
But no, it's just one of those things where I do think Leto is a better actor than Cillian Murphy. Just gonna say that right now.
Now I'm throwing stuff.
Wait.
I don't want to throw any of this stuff.
Who has an Oscar?
Cillian
Who's been in a movie that would be Oscar nominated?
You know who has an Oscar? Peter Farrelly. So I don't use that as a fucking rubric of quality.
I can honestly say the only Leto performance I do not like is Joker.
Was it for Three Stooges? Sorry.
It's for Osmosis Jones.
I knew it.
But no, I'm excited about it, and
I'll check out these other Trons and reassess whether I'm excited.
It's on Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus.
I know.
Watch Tron 1, Tron 2, John Tron, and then you'll be ready for John 3. Tron 3. John 3.
Coming out this year. John 3.
John Carter 3. You'll be good.
I will say
He's so upset. He better come in steaming on Leto, dude. I want.
Oh,
George wants in. What's George got for us?
Oh, he hates Jared Leto, I think.
Let me in. Let me in.
Oh my god.
Oh, Connor's upset that you brought up Three Stooges. I guess he's very passionate about disliking that movie.
I like Three Stooges.
I actually like Three Stooges. I ain't even gonna lie.
I got no opinion on that piece of cinema.
Whoa, buddy! I thought we were friends. I thought we were pals.
This is a very scandalous episode of Real Talk.
Oh, I love it.
We got real problems.
I love that Three Stooges movie. Lou and I have been talking about it like crazy, weirdly.
Man, I gotta say, speaking of Lou, if y'all at home have not seen his debut trivia match, it is the thing of legends. I'm not speaking to the score at the end. I'm not speaking to who wins. I'm just saying he came and he brought a fantastic performance.
Yes, he did.
Sir, my God.
Not to ban Connor from chat. Let George in. God.
I sent him the link.
I keep hitting the wrong button. Also,
if he opens his face,
Connor, buddy,
has the link.
Buddy, nothing but love, Connor. My God.
We'll get him in here.
Three Stooges is an underrated piece of cinema. Just saying.
I've not seen the Three Stooges film. We're talking about like the Will Sasso one, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, I've not had the pleasure.
And Sofia Vergara looks phenomenal.
Well, I've had the pleasure or privilege to have seen that film. And
I don't know what people looking good has to do with good movies, but I mean, yeah. Oh, there he is.
Here he comes. That's George.
Oh,
two movie Blu-ray collection.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
With
How you doing, George?
Mute our show.
Mute our show so we can actually hear you.
I think he's just gonna chill and show you his Blu-ray.
There, muted your show.
There he is. Now we got him. How you doing tonight, George? Wait, did he mute? Did he mute? Did he mute everything? You can't hear us. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, there we go.
Well, no. Yeah, you have that. Nick has the toy identity disc that came out that's worth like $75 right now.
Oh my gosh, get over it.
No, I was explaining them what he's trying to show that out.
I know.
That is a cool piece of collector's stuff, though. I'm not even gonna lie.
I won't tell you the freebies I turned down over this movie.
Wait, you turned down freebies?
Oh yeah.
George, what do you think about Tron 3?
There's plenty of shit I turned down.
He said, "What do you think about Tron 3?"
He's not going to dignify that question with an answer. What is happening?
The show's gone off the rails.
Why is anybody watching this film?
I don't know, but it's great.
Hello, Mr. Thomas, you there?
Yeah, what?
We said, "What do you think about Tron 3?"
I think the possibility of Tron 3 sucks.
Yeah, it seems that way.
It didn't work when I was in high school.
You still love it, though.
I like it. The DVD has got dust on it.
Yeah, I've just been watching it on Disney Plus, so hey.
So, Disney is, we've had this discussion. Disney equals money.
And they need it after losing $3 billion from the parks being closed this summer.
Whoops. Georgia's fans are showing up in mass. Showing up in the chat. What do you think about Jared Leto, George? Just generally speaking, while Connor's watching.
Just another eccentric Hollywood actor who collects a big paycheck, then goes and does small stuff, and that's that.
Okay, here's the real question. What do you think about the Three Stooges movie?
Uh-oh.
That was the guilty pleasure.
There you go.
Guilty pleasure.
But that wasn't as raunchy as it should have been. You expected more in that regard from the Farrelly brothers.
This is about Three Stooges.
It could have been so much more raunchy.
Connor. He dropped his camera.
Connor came in steaming.
I'm so sorry that I brought up the Three Stooges, Connor. Can we still be friends, please?
3 people here enjoy it. 1 person hasn't seen it, and 1 hates it.
I'm a neutral party. It's up to you guys to sell me on the Three
Anyone
Stooges
here
film.
that doesn't like it?
Yes.
If you got a streaming service that has it, watch it. If you
It's worth the watch.
It's
Watch.
What else you got going on right now besides work?
I could watch Lovecraft Country right after this.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to be doing that. But what else you got going besides that?
I got to read Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay so I can talk about it on Really
Sort of really scared.
Yeah, and I'm still working on a Frederick Douglass biography. So,
Oh, by the way, I did find that book.
I'm
you were
playing
looking for.
Pokemon Go right now. So
I did find that book you were looking for. You did give it to me.
This is a weird time to be bringing up in-house.
You gave
This
it
is
to me.
A really weird
Did you
time to be
read
bringing up in-house
No,
problems
it's
right now. So maybe we should just.
Welcome back to Really Weird.
I need that book back. Somebody wants to borrow it.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so back to whatever the hell we were talking
Yeah,
about.
we got
I
a
don't
good
even
group
know.
here. We got a good group here now.
I hope Chris is watching because he's probably loving this. But no, I've been saving this piece of news for when Connor got here. MacGruber's getting a Peacock show.
Waste of digital space.
No.
Go ahead, Connor.
It's
Go
just
ahead.
the Connor show now.
Yeah, can we not make me full screen?
You don't like this?
No, I hate it.
I was giving you your
MacGruber
sale.
is underrated. It's a far better movie than Three Stooges.
The rubric of quality.
That's not a high bar, dude.
The Great Khali is in that movie, so it's fine by me.
Yeah.
Kali Cinema. I heard that's a category in the Really Trivia Showdown. Kali
I,
Cinema.
I honestly think that we probably could pull something like that, huh?
Kali in films.
Khali and
MacGruber's hilarious.
You got MacGruber, Get Smart, and you got sorry, go on, Connor.
Longest Yard.
I've never seen MacGruber either in any iteration.
I
So
watched it once when it was on HBO.
Oh no.
You hated MacGruber, but you love Three Stooges. Oh,
He's frozen again.
the Thomas
I think-
household is frozen.
I think George is suspiciously frozen as well.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm not.
Oh wait, George is still here.
Yeah, you are. He's frozen. He's frozen.
He's probably got a bad Ethernet cable and he wants to blame it on the mesh Wi-Fi system I paid my money for that works in the garage, but suddenly doesn't work in his room. Screw him.
It's only around this time at night.
Can we just not bring the oh jeez.
It's only around this time at night. That's the thing.
You guys are both moving like 4
Check your Ethernet cable.
Hey, they're saying you're messing up too, dude. So
G Fuel is definitely not sponsoring this show.
No, they might.
This would run a
Although
lot smoother
I
if
will
you-
have to say that somebody did call my brother FaZe Rug earlier, so that was funny.
did that help at all or no?
You're good, Matt. I think you both are
Yeah, I
good.
think everyone's good. No, I'm really looking forward to this this MacGruber Peacock series. I'm sure it's gonna be hilarious.
8 episodes of trash.
You like Three Stooges, so I don't want to hear shit.
Connor, what do you think of Jared Leto?
You like Godzilla
Love it.
versus Monsters?
I like what?
Godzilla King of Monsters.
Godzilla
Monsters.
Godzilla vs. Monsters is a great series of
Not a
movies.
bad movie.
I'm more of a Raiga God of Monsters kind of guy.
George's face when Connor said it's
I
not a
watched
bad
the original
movie.
Johnny Sacco in first run.
Godzilla's not good. Godzilla King of Monsters was good. Godzilla is good. Godzilla King of
Not a
Monsters.
guy-
I can help.
Yes, it's
I-
good.
I can help Connor out on this. Godzilla is good. What else you got on the docket?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Well,
we'll have a movie fights match up against that.
Welcome to Real
Well,
Conflict.
This is one I want because I know his
Where
take
is
on.
Connor? I don't hear him.
Oh,
You don't hear me?
I don't know.
I got him. I hear him.
I hear.
I don't
him.
know where he is.
But before I let Big Man go, I
Hang
want
on,
him
man.
before I let Big Man go, I want to get his thoughts on what my high school called him, Uncle Phil, because we're getting a Fresh Prince reboot based off
Oh,
of that.
Matthew's back.
I've been here.
What is going on?
I don't know. But we're getting a Bel Air show, a gritty version of the Fresh Prince as a reboot, coming to either HBO Max, Peacock, or Netflix. My money's on HBO Max, considering they have the rights to the original show for streaming. So,
Dead air. Cool.
No,
Okay,
it's not.
no,
What's
this
going on
isn't
in George's
even-
I
head?
think we
Yeah,
need
I
to
know.
drop.
Yeah.
I think he's getting. No!
No. Can you hear us?
Okay, I'm not.
Hear us?
Just drop him.
Is he on a delay? What's going on?
I don't know because he
All right, so Gritty Bel Air.
Gritty
There we
Bel
go.
Air.
Okay,
Gritty Bel
all
Air.
right.
Gritty Bel Air. So, Taylor, I'm gonna start off with you. What do you think about this?
Man, how did this show get more technically complicated? Gritty Bel Air. So I know this is based off a teaser that came out last year, which I thought was as like a fan project, as like a do-it-yourself type thing, an amusing idea, right? What if you took Fresh Prince, this beloved 90s sitcom, and turned it into like a single cam HBO Showtime drama or something? That's an amusing idea in theory. As an actual show, again, I was saying this earlier with what were we talking about? Oh, Avatar, where I was like, I don't know if Netflix's spin on Avatar is dark and gritty or whatever, but I'm so tired of stuff that we love getting dark and gritty. And I think I get the idea behind this. Do a modern drama about, a young man moving from, a tougher neighborhood going to a upper class suburb and the complications that would come with that, doing a drama about it. But you can make that without having to use the Fresh Prince IP is my thing.
That's my argument.
Yeah, why you gotta reboot Fresh Prince and make it? Fresh Prince. We talked about this in our sitcom episode. Already dealt with heavy, serious topics, but came at it with a levity that was appropriate for the show. Like, we don't really need it to be buried in the, just darkness and. I just don't. You can make that show. I just don't need it to be Fresh Prince.
Well, you want to know why it's Fresh Prince?
Because it sells.
I was just about to say it's a way to guarantee more eyes on it.
Yeah.
Not those?
Yeah, not me. Not me. And also, like, Fresh Prince.
I don't care about this at all.
Fresh Prince, no Will Smith isn't Fresh Prince. No James Avery's Uncle Phil's no Fresh Prince.
Pause. There are rumors floating around that Will Smith may be playing Uncle Phil.
That's still silly.
Is he gonna get like thick for that, or like?
Oh,
no, because they can make fun of him with the big ears. You only need one thing to make fun of him.
No, well, if he gets thick now, that's all. That's my approach to entertainment. Is he thick? Well, is he a chonker? Well, okay, now keep going. Maybe this was what the pitch was in the boardroom.
Will Smith is like pretty heavy.
When BLT's into it, he's spaced it out nice and thick. I could get into that, but I don't. That wasn't in the Fuego scoop, so I can't really speak on that.
But no, I personally, I'm into it because I just did that watch through, and I'm interested to see a different take on it because my thing is, I think you're gonna get more of a villain Carlton because even though
I don't want that.
Well, considering
villain,
Well, no. When I say villain, I just mean more of a dickhead, basically.
Antagonistic.
More, yeah.
And
Because
more, he's better than Will because he's from his
common
background.
spirits.
but
More
like,
of a modern class divide, I guess. That's
Yeah.
played
I
up
mean,
for laughs.
You see it in that trailer. Carlton goes at him, screaming at him with the "You don't belong here," and then Will's retorting with, "I had to scrounge on the streets, do everything I can to get where I am now," type deal.
Yeah, I just don't really want to see those characters have to do that. You know what I mean? Like it's like I get it, and I get why it would be Fresh Prince, like you said. The IP makes people interested. That's why we're talking. If they just announced probably some story or some show with the exact plot, but it didn't have this sort of appeal, it might not even land on our radar and be something we need to talk about.
Right.
But I just don't want to. I don't want to see these characters.
Gritty Teletubbies.
Right. I'm just tired of stuff needing to be made extra dramatic, extra dark, extra serious. You can make a show about like modern class issues in America for sure. For sure, you can make that show. I just don't really need it to be Carlton and Will like going at each other. You know, like those characters. I don't know. They're kind of sacred to. I guess it's nothing new that modern show business dig up shit that's sacred to us and sort of desecrate it in the process.
Well, here's the thing. The reason this show is getting made is because Will Smith was very intrigued by that trailer.
Yeah, and I guess I'm not in a position to argue with Big Willie style on Fresh Prince, man. If anybody knows what's good for it, it's him. But I don't know. I'm just not interested in new actors playing those characters. I'm not really interested in a tonal spin on those characters. I love Fresh Prince. It's very near and dear to me. We've talked about it before on this show. I don't really want to see Fresh Prince that's sad all the time. You know,
I don't think it'll be sad all the time. I think tonally you're going to get somewhere in between the original show and Euphoria. Euphoria is kind of sad all the time, and I love Euphoria.
I've heard great things. I've not seen any of Euphoria.
Euphoria is fantastic.
You want to know what's sad is we should be getting season 2 right now. They were just about to start filming, and then COVID struck.
The story that plagues most of us, no pun intended. I mean, although Euphoria, that's adapted from something, isn't it? No? Okay, there you go then. That's just create compelling original drama. Tell me a story I don't know already. And you can use the bones of Fresh Prince as inspiration, but I don't need it to be called Fresh Prince. Imagine you boot this show up, and it's called Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
They've already
and they
said
come in
the
with
title.
some sad-ass song.
They've already said the title is going to be Bel Air, like the trailer. It's just going to be called Bel Air. Yep.
I hope that kid got a pretty good paycheck.
He's producing on it.
Yeah, whoever made that.
Yeah.
Whoever made that better make bank. Better make Carlton banks.
What a dad joke. But no, I get why everybody's like, I don't know.
George Thomas piecing out to watch Lovecraft Country. I don't blame him, but he better come back on Thursday night. We're really scared to talk about it with us, Alok, and Naomi Grossman. Can you believe it? What a crew.
Yes. And he can delete my HBO Max profile. I mainly watch HBO on Roku, so. But anyways, the last piece of news we got is this week. Blackish released its long-shelved episode, which was originally supposed to come out in 2017, a year after the election, and covered Dre trying to get the baby back to sleep and using real-life situations to kind of tell this story about where we were as a country. And I know I pleaded to everyone to watch it. I know Nick did. I know Taylor did. I don't know if you did, Connor.
I did not get a chance to, but I read what it was about.
Yeah. But
Matt, can you give us kind of the backstory, and I guess for people listening or watching, the backstory of like why this didn't air when it was originally filmed?
So a lot of the reason this didn't air when it was originally filmed is not because of the attacks at Trump. Well, it was a mixture between the attacks at Trump, but how Trump was attacking Colin Kaepernick daily. And a big part of this episode was Junior talking to Dre about the fact that, like the players on the football team want to kneel like Kaepernick. And as the student body president, I don't know how I feel about it. Because he was on the side of it's not. They're disrespecting our soldiers, but at the same time, it's their freedom of speech. So as a student body, I'm gonna stand by their side and agree with them in whatever they do. But like, I know it was an episode that brought me to tears. I know Nick and I had a mini conversation about it yesterday when he was over just chilling around the fire. But Taylor, what did you think of it?
Well, so first of all, I mean, the writing was pretty heavy-handed, just pretty blatant, you know. Which I haven't watched like any of Blackish other than this episode, so I don't really have any real context going in or out of it. It's
always heavy-handed and blatant. I will say that.
Okay, so maybe that's pretty tonally consistent with how that show runs anyway. I don't know. I thought it doesn't feel very controversial. What I'm more interested in and why I asked you about it is because it's like what sort of culturally and societally has changed that like now it's okay to see this in contrast to when it was originally filmed.
So the creator, actually, Kenya Barish, when they released the episode, made a post. Let me go to his Instagram so I can read it real quick.
He's also no longer with ABC.
Yeah, he's no longer with ABC, but he pleaded for them to release this after. So here, in November 2017, we made an episode of Blackish entitled Please Baby Please. We were 1 year post-election, coming to the end of that year that left us, like many Americans, grappling with the state of our country and anxious about the future. Those feelings poured onto the page, becoming 22 minutes of television that I was, and I still am, incredibly proud of. Please Baby Please didn't make it to air that season. While much has been speculated about its contents, the episode has never been seen publicly until now. I'm excited to share that Please Baby Please is now available on Hulu following the re-airing of the Juneteenth and Hope episodes of Blackish. I asked Walt Disney Television to revisit making the episode available, recognizing the importance of this moment. They listened and agreed. I cannot wait for everyone to finally see the episode for themselves, and this was the case nearly 3 years ago. I hope it will inspire some much-needed conversation, not only about where we are grappling with then or how it has led to where we are now, but conversations about where we want our country to go moving forward, and most importantly, how we get there together. Thank you to ABC Entertainment for allowing this moment to happen. And thank you to the entire Blackish family for never shying away from the tough conversations, making telling stories like this possible.
Well, I'm glad that the episode came out. I was asking because I don't really see much reason it wouldn't have come out in the first place a couple years ago, because I don't think it was too controversial, and obviously I'm pretty in line with the political, societal perspective that it's taking. But I want to make sure that the other guy who watched this has time to comment. And for that matter, I don't think we really got to it. What does Nick think about Blackish and Fresh Prince?
Oh, thanks. I'll just ignore my Bel Air comments. I think could be just written as an original idea, but I'm kind of all for originality when it comes to scripts.
Yeah.
While using loose ideas. I think Matt is frozen again.
Oh, is he?
Oh, no.
No, he
moved. I was just listening.
The episode was interesting. I thought that they kind of use the seriousness and the comedy well. I know that Matt and I were kind of talking about a moment yesterday where Lawrence Fishburne was like, oh, just feed the kid some whiskey, to help him fall asleep. I did it to you when you were a child, and look at how you turned out. And then he's like, oh, you know what, maybe you shouldn't. But, I thought moments like that were funny. But, I mean, I wish that something like that could have gotten its screening when it came out, its message. But I think to your point, Taylor, the message hasn't changed from then to today, which is sad. But, I mean, I just think that hiding things like that is probably not particularly the most helpful idea. So I would suggest everybody who has Hulu to go and watch this episode, because it definitely is powerful and it definitely gets its message across well. Keeps your intrigue throughout the entire thing.
Coming out now, it doesn't feel like nearly as scathing a critique as the current administration and president deserve. And now it's like that was coming out like right at the beginning of this term, and now we're finally seeing it towards the end, hopefully the end of this one singular term. Right, keep those fingers crossed. But now it feels like it's not even a fraction as deep as it should go. Now it feels so tame by comparison to everything we've experienced since they made it. Also, just a side note, does anybody here know who Connor O'Malley is?
Yes.
I just thought it was really, there's like a montage of like Trump supporters throughout, and they use a clip from the Connor O'Malley video, who's definitely not an actual Trump supporter, but like a insane satirical comedian online who like did a video at one of the Trump rallies. So I just thought it was really funny that he showed up as a genuine. I don't know if that was intentional on the show's part or not, but it was a really funny cameo.
What, the one where he's like yelling, just like screaming nonsensical?
The clip of him is literally him in the MAGA hat going, "Try!" So I thought that was really fun. I don't know if that was like an intentional wink on their part or not, but I thought that was a funny little Easter egg. I didn't know that. I guess Spike Lee wrote a children's storybook. That was
that was released around the time it was supposed to be. That was released or supposed to be released around the time this episode was originally supposed to air. So it was like a tie-in kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm glad it eventually came out. I think it would have probably been more impactful if it had come out when it was actually created and written. I did say some of the writing was heavy. When I say that, I'm thinking of parts like his young kids coming in there and be like, "Dad, we're really worried about climate change, but we're gonna fix it." Like, just stuff like that was a little. I don't know. Whenever kids don't talk like kids, something, it always distracts me.
I will tell you this, as someone who's seen every episode twice, because I watch ahead of Jen. It's a show that part of the reason I love it, even though there are extremely goofy episodes, the trio of ish shows, Grownish, Blackish, and Mixedish, are some of the most real shows on television, in my opinion. In the fact of they're woke. They have no issue speaking out on some of the issues that people go through. Like, there, especially people of color. There's an episode in Blackish, can't remember if it was this season or last season, where Diane is finally deciding how she wants to do her hair for the first time. And for a black woman, that is a huge rite of passage because there's so many different things going on. There's people who want you to get straightened so you have more white hair. There's people who want you to go natural, the weaves, the perms, the different hairstyles. There's in Grownish, it's the eldest child's journey of college and everything that she's done. Unfortunately, it was on break, and then COVID struck, so we haven't gotten the rest of what was supposed to be the season. But they left it off on a cliffhanger as of right now that she had just dropped out of school because she had.
From Kenya is Black AF on Netflix.
I haven't watched Black AF.
I think it's pretty good.
It could be. It's just and Mixedish. Considering I am mixed, Mixedish covers a lot of issues that I've gone through because there was an episode, actually the season finale this year, dealt with the fact that you're talking about, it's black, white, other, or black, white, Hispanic, other, and she wrote, or she crossed off other and put mixed, and it became this whole debate and about how, and this is something that's true, I've seen it in the black culture. If you say you're mixed, a lot of people tend to look down on you because in their eyes it's your way of trying to say I'm better than you because I'm part white. But in the end, society doesn't see you any different way because how they show this is Rainbow with her black friends, and they're all upset that she's writing that she's mixed on it instead of just black. She's trying to explain herself, and they're leaving, and they're getting accused of stealing. And just because she was talking to them, she's getting accused of stealing now. And they all get pulled into the security guard's office. And it's not until Rainbow's dad comes in after hearing this, and he's like, "Why are you having my daughter detained?" "Wait, that's your daughter?" "Yeah." And she's free to go. The other three weren't. And it's just like, well, because her father's white, she was free to go, and she took a stand as like, Dad, can we stay here until their parents come because this isn't right. Now, Rainbow's parents are actually activists. They were a part of the 1,000-Man March. Her mother's a lawyer. Her dad is very hippie-ish, but he's a free thinker. And I love how they show diversity and cover the issues of race throughout Blackish and Mixedest, and Grownish is more about growing up in today's society. So, yeah, sorry for that little spiel.
No,
I mean,
I appreciate an impassionate review. You know, I wish I could meet you on that. I just haven't, really seen any of it before. But I'm absolutely taking your word for it here.
Yeah, they're all. I know Nick said he's watched more than just this episode of Blackish.
Mm-hmm.
It's Blackish in there. It's a genuinely funny show. Like Lawrence Fishburne's pops, and I laugh because people don't realize Lawrence Fishburne and Anthony Anderson only have like a 5-year age gap between them. Yet Lawrence Fishburne is playing his father.
I was thinking that when I watched it, I was like, these dudes are definitely not that far apart in age.
It's literally like a 5-year age gap, but because Lawrence Fishburne doesn't dye his hair or anything, you pull it off. And the saying, black don't crack. Nick, my Uncle Jerome, he's 77 or something like that, and he looks like he's in his 50s.
Yep.
Larry Fishburne always looks good. I was happy to. I was watching him as FBI Director Jack Crawford earlier today. Came back, caught him in some Blackish. So I'm having a Fishburne kind of day, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, Blackish is just one of those shows that I always respect for how real it gets. And Junior is a kid who he decided to drop out of school after like a week. And now he's making his own way in this advertisement firm with his father. He's paving his own path. It's not like he's gone to school for it. He's just done a good job at it, and he's getting recognized for it. So it has Fresh Prince vibes. That's another reason I love it, because it does cover what being a rich black family is like. So.
One BLT eating some barbecue chips. I'm happy because I've been asking him a couple times in this, or her. I don't know what one BLT identifies as. Eating some barbecue chips. Good. I've always wondered what you've been eating, my friend. So it's good to finally get some closure on that. I'm not eating anything, but maybe afterwards.
Had a piping hot bowl of spaghetti.
You had promised eating spaghetti live on stream.
Oh, I demolished it before I got here.
You demolished it.
Hello, Miss Jessica.
My favorite ghoul in the chat. Hi, honey. Thanks for watching. What's else on the docket, Thomas?
Well, we're on the review roundup, which is going to be where Connor and I get to shine and probably disagree on this film. Project Power. That a film released by Netflix this past weekend, starring Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Dominique Fishback. I'm just gonna let Connor start.
I really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was cool as hell. I think it had a great story, just like a good message. I thought Jamie Foxx killed it. Joseph Gordon-Levitt killed it. I think everybody really killed it. It doesn't pretend to be something it's not. It's just a fun, like pseudo superhero movie. It's really cool.
Tell me about MGK being on fire.
Oh yeah, a really good fight between Jamie Foxx and MGK.
Colson Baker.
That's not what they called him in the Twitter ad I was watching.
Yeah, still MGK. But yeah, he's one of these dealers that takes this power pill, and the thing is, when you take the pill, you don't know what you're gonna get. You could explode immediately, or you could have like a power that just continues to wear you down, and he gets set on fire. He's like horribly disfigured from it, and he just keeps popping them to just like get more fire on him. And it's a really cool fight scene. There's like a lot of cool fight scenes.
Yes.
And like really cool set pieces. It's just a really fun, cool time.
This is an original script, yeah. This isn't even based on anything, right?
Yes, correct.
I mean,
that story, it's like a really good story.
that makes it pretty appealing to me because it's not. I mean, that's the dream, right? You got a couple like legit stars. First of all, I almost like forgot Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Where's he been? Where's he been hiding all this time?
Hit record his own like independent filmmaking thing for independent filmmakers, and then he's like in another Netflix film from who's that writer from Social Network? He did Molly's Game.
Oh, Aaron Sorkin?
Yeah, he's doing the Chicago 5.
Oh, okay.
A Netflix film, and he's going to be in that. So he's coming back, and this is a good one to start out on. I think.
It looks cool from everything because this like came out of nowhere for me, and I haven't watched it.
Came out of nowhere for me too.
Yeah, I had not heard about this, and then there was trailers.
Well, but that's how Netflix rolls. You get trailers like within the last month to 2 weeks, and that's it.
And here's the thing. I'm guessing Matt didn't like it, and here's the thing.
Actually, no. I thought it was okay. It was enjoyable. It was fun. I didn't love it, but I liked it. It was okay.
The movie doesn't need to be Oscar gold.
I'm not talking about Oscar gold.
And if I smile during it and like I just have a genuinely good time while watching it, I'm gonna like the movie.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
I liked it. I watched it with Jen, and she was on the same time. It was fun. Wasn't good. Not bad though. It was fun. Just a nice little 2-hour escape. I did have an issue though with how the pills work because they made it seem like each time you had a different power, the way they explained it in the beginning. But then when you're watching the film, it seems like you have that same power each time you take the pill. Because every time Joseph Gordon...
He explains it how you don't know what you're going to get when you take it.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what that's basic setup of it is. There are these pills you can take. They might give you superpowers. You don't know.
It's for 5. It's for 5 minutes. You have powers for 5 minutes.
Oh,
literally
wow.
5 minutes.
The whole thing is there was a government experiment. Jamie Foxx was a part of it.
Yeah, on Army Rangers.
And it was supposed to bring out like dormant genes. Kind of like there's been a couple movies that have done something like that.
Yeah.
Let's bring up the dormant genes and give you like enhanced
like Fan Four Stick.
Yeah. And Jamie Foxx ends up he gets out, he like goes AWOL and has a daughter and tries to escape. But the government that was conducting these tests finds out his daughter actually was born with powers, doesn't need the pill.
Yeah.
And you find out through because at first they set Jamie Foxx up as the villain. He's just trying to kill everybody with powers. And as it progresses, you find out that Jamie Foxx is just trying to find answers, and like the people that he's killing end up just ODing on their powers.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to find his daughter because the government kidnapped her to mass produce this power pill.
Yeah. And they're using New Orleans as a testing ground, and they're basically what they're doing is they're taking his daughter's genes and whatnot and turning them into these pills. And yeah, that's the part of the movie. You just brought it up.
Yeah.
But the way it was first explained was what I was getting at. Is it made it seem like every time you take the pill, you might have a different power. But as the movie goes on, it seems like, and they never explicitly say it, that you have the same power every time you take the pill because Joseph Gordon-Levitt was strong and bulletproof every time he took the pill.
Yeah, it's because the pill does not give you the powers.
Yeah, it's within you. Okay.
Of the dormant genes that you have.
Okay.
In your DNA, so you're gonna have the same power because they're your dormant genes.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. That's the part that I wish they made a little bit clearer, but.
And MGK's dormant gene is being on fire all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, imagine like the Human Torch. Imagine the Human Torch without being able to just fly around. That's what he was basically.
But yeah, I give it 3.5 power pills.
I'd say I'd give it 3 power pills.
Okay, so that sounds like something worth watching.
Yeah,
recommending.
It's worth it if you want a nice
fun time.
Yeah, if you want a fun time, nice little free your mind for about 2 hours. It's definitely a movie to check out.
You want to see Joseph Gordon playing detectives that just wears a
New Orleans Saints jersey. Yeah.
How's he in it, man? For real, I feel like I haven't watched him in forever.
shockingly funny.
Yeah, he's good in it.
He has like a couple really funny scenes, like the scene where he's looking for the girl and like sneaks into her house and pretends to be the boyfriend.
This opening scene I thought was very intense but funny immediately right after. I loved it.
He's good.
Like to me, he had John Blake from Dark Knight Rises vibes throughout it a little bit.
My man Robin John Blake.
Yep,
that's
Robin
right.
John Blake, and I dug that. It was, and I wish to this day we had gotten a fourth Christopher Nolan movie with him as Batman or Robin, whichever they were going. People say they were going Batman, and he was Robin already. Okay, whatever. I just want to see it.
I heard he was going to be Batmite.
Hell yeah!
But
now that I could get behind.
But it's just, it was interesting, and then there's this how they cheat this one action scene. Normally I'd be pissed, but I found it really cool. The one when they're at the demonstration, Connor, the demonstration action scene.
Oh, where it's all inside the glass tank.
Yeah.
You look around and you see glimpses of like carnage outside. It's so cool. That's one scene that I was losing my mind.
Right. Normally something like that I'd be upset, but I just was like, this works because you're seeing how this person who just took the pill is reacting and freaking out and everything going on outside of it. And I'm just like, this is awesome. This is just.
That's what I mean. Like, it's such a fun time. Like, it didn't need to be like the greatest movie ever. It's just so fun.
I will say, I wish we had gotten a little more payoff with the girl at the end, because she has that scene with the teacher earlier on in the film, and I was hoping like we'd close with her close part of her story with her going at that teacher again.
Yeah, I do wish we got her storyline kind of tied up neater, but the moment with her and Jamie Foxx at the end was still
good enough.
It was a really beautiful moment.
Yeah, and they did set it up for a sequel. It's inevitable, especially if this does well, because Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is like, you think it's over, and Jamie Foxx is like, for me it is, which tells you it's going to continue for Joseph Gordon-Levitt probably, but not Jamie Foxx.
Nick, did you watch it or no? No.
Nah, but I got it.
It sounds like it's good. Jessica and I were thinking about watching it either earlier today or yesterday.
I'll probably just, say I'll watch it and then watch BoJack Horseman or something.
So you should definitely watch it. It's a fun time, and there's like really good set pieces. And like I said, that the scene at the demonstration is really cool. I know Taylor will probably like it.
Yeah. Okay. I will say this: Netflix has slowly been stepping up their game, going from movies like The Setup with Lucy Liu and Glenn Powell and what's her name? That's Zoe Dutch. They've stepped up their game. Oh, we got a question.
Jessica is very specifically curious to know what Nick Maltbach thought of Solo: A Star Wars Story. What do you think?
Well,
what did he think?
Me? Oh boy, sorry. No, I thought it was good.
Drag him into the theater to see, basically.
It was all right. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever watched. It was probably about as good as Matt thinks of Project Power. It was a fun watch, and honestly, 3.5. Why not? I'd like to see more of it. I'd like to see more of it explored eventually.
You'd like to see that Disney Plus show, basically. That's been talked about.
I mean, if they're gonna do that Lando Calrissian Disney Plus show, I'm not gonna tell them no. But no, I mean, it was all right. It was a good movie. I don't think that it deserves the hate that it has, and I don't think that it does. I think that if they made something under a smaller budget, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be something that necessarily draws those subscribers in, but hey, I'll watch it. Probably.
I'll say this,
or I'll watch Family Guy on Hulu.
Would you pay $30 a surcharge to watch Solo 2 on Disney Plus?
Solo 2 is never going to happen. If anything, it's going to be the Lando Crimson Dawn show, and I was trying to save this subject for Saber Reels whenever I did an episode next, because that was from earlier in July news, but haven't been able to.
That's fine.
I heard they have a book club on Saber Reels.
Yeah, maybe. But I haven't been able to get to Saber Reels.
You could save that for Saber Reels. It's okay.
No, I haven't been able to. So, so it's just I have no issue talking about it.
Okay.
And
there's a strange noise coming from somebody.
Yeah.
It disappeared as soon as I mentioned it. It was like aware. Oh,
it's my pen.
Maybe
we'll stop it. Jessica personally really liked it, and she had a lot of questions at the end of it.
That I agree with.
And that's what the Disney Plus that was supposed to be a trilogy of films. That's been well documented. It just bombed because it came out 5 months after The Last Jedi, and people hate The Last Jedi for some godforsaken reason.
I like Last Jedi.
Stop with the pen.
I like Last
Stop
Jedi
clicking
too.
your pen, you heathen.
I hear the
I
pen.
thought Solo was just meh. I didn't really have any feelings towards it. I just thought it was a movie.
I thought it was. I mean, I would watch a Solo too, only if they called it Dose, though.
Yes.
My thing is, let's face it, Emilia Clarke is not gonna get any work outside of the Star Wars universe probably. So she's probably hoping for that Solos 2 show, because everything she's done outside of Game of Thrones has been trash.
She did Genesis and then Solo.
Last
And
Christmas
she was
too.
in that
Last
Last
Christmas,
Christmas. I thought
and
I heard Last Christmas was okay.
I liked it. It was a guilty pleasure film, though. It's not good.
Sequel, second to Last Christmas.
Has digital cinema destroyed film? I don't think so.
No, I don't agree. She also had that really offensive movie, Me Before You, which had Sam Claflin in the wheelchair, which some people have considered one of the most offensive movies of all time.
Wow, really?
To people, to disabled people, yes.
I never saw that. I just sold many movie tie-in cover copies of the book back in a couple years ago.
The BAM days.
BAM, dude, the BAM days. Has digital cinema destroyed realism?
I'm gonna say no, because
maybe we're talking digital. Maybe we're talking digital effects.
Yeah, she might be
Perhaps.
talking digital effects. But I'm gonna say no to that, because it's come out that Christopher Nolan's Tenet had no green screen used at all. Everything done in that film is practical.
Well, he's kind of an outlier in that conversation.
Yeah, no,
he's like the last.
It's ruined it.
He's like the last bastion of all practicality all the time, as analog as possible. Like, doesn't have a cell phone. You gotta like mail him a postcard if you want to get him to show up. Like, whatever. Like, he's definitely the outlier. Him and a couple guys, right? Like, you have like
Michael Bay.
No, yeah, Michael Bay is the complete antithesis to the entire conversation. I don't think Michael Bay was concerned with realism at any point in his entire career.
I know JJ prefers practical, so for the most part.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, if you see it, I mean, there's nothing realistic narratively about Star Wars, but yeah, I guess if you look at, like, most recently, he definitely has the preference towards puppet and realistic effects.
Even in Star Trek is even I was considering when I was saying that.
Definitely in contrast to the Star Wars prequels, obviously, which look like Windows XP screensavers at this point in contrast.
Yes.
Bring it back.
Each upscale of it, the backgrounds look worse and worse. It looks like I'm looking at someone in front of a green screen the entire time.
Breaking edge for
that would be because you are looking at somebody in front of a green screen the whole time.
My point is,
blue screen.
Blue screen. But my point is, you go back to when those things were released. Oh my God, this looks so real, and now you're like, oh my God, it looks like a cutout.
Kind of like Rock as the Scorpion King. And
yes,
I think digital.
That's where they needed practical effects.
Digital effects and destroying realism. I don't know if it's the effects themselves, but because they have empowered certain types of stories to be told, and audiences flock to bigger, louder, crazier stories in contrast to something more grounded. So, I mean, being able to make, Avengers or whichever it is, that's what people want to see, and they don't really want to see. I don't want to say they don't want to see mid-budget dramas or something more grounded, but that's certainly what has the most mass appeal are those big digital effect movies.
Personally, I think Netflix should stick with the mid-budget dramas, because that seems to be the only way that they get eyes.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
those movies seem to have pretty big budgets behind them.
Jessica.
What's that, Connor?
I would say television is the new cinema.
I agree, because what they're starting to realize, especially with the emergence of streaming services, is you can tell the story you want to tell as a television show. You don't have to be constrained to that 2-hour time constraint.
Fargo, Harry Mason.
Which, by the way, Connor, how about that finale? You want to do a mini pay? Oh,
I wasn't watching it week to week because, like, I would wait a week and then watch the episode, and then like I don't know. So I'm gonna stream it all.
Fair enough. I was about to say, let's do a mini Perry Mason review because I'm dying to talk about it.
First 3 episodes, I think, are fantastic.
Yeah,
but
the finale was great. You're in for a treat.
Yeah, television is the new cinema, I would say.
I would say they're pretty much indistinguishable at this point. Like there's no real separation between the two concepts. Whereas television was previously thought of cheaper productions and not as intense narratives, different kinds of stories. Now there's really no divide between the two. I mean, especially with streaming services. I mean, exclusive films. You know, there really is no difference now. They get films, and those are exclusive to streaming services or television services.
Here's what I'll say: network television is still, while the narratives have improved, it still can be thought of the lesser one. But the streaming service television, that's where I find the bread and butter of television.
Are you talking about basic cable, or are you talking about just all network television? Because Fargo on FX is
no. I'm talking about like your Fox, your NBC.
Okay, so basic cable.
Yeah, basic cable.
I mean, look, not to beat a dead horse, man, but Hannibal looks and feels a lot better than a lot of movies I've seen. I love it a lot more for sure.
But that also, for a while, had a larger production budget and isn't as massive as some of these shows. Like a show like The Flash, which at times looks fucking horrible, and at times is fucking horrible, and I still watch it.
What does Molbach think?
I really hope that cinema does not go away. Is all I have to say.
All he does is watch Family Guy when it comes to television.
I mean, sure, but like, I'd rather I don't know.
Has Family Guy destroyed realism?
Yes, but no. I mean, my big thing is like, I don't want television to become the new cinema. I guess but that's just me personally, because other than like, I guess movies go to streaming services, but I don't know if I would necessarily consider a movie going to a streaming service to be television. Right. And that's where I would prefer cinema to stay alive and thriving, which I hope it does after all this.
See,
I hope cinema thrives. I just think there's more cinematic stories being explored on
streaming services. Yeah, and like the smaller television shows like FX shows where it's only 13 episodes for the season. Those are perfect. Atlanta's a perfect example. Fargo, perfect example.
Yeah. I think those places are willing to take bigger risks than traditional blockbuster studios. Or I think of like something like Devs that was on FX.
Yeah, that's very cinematic.
If you pitch Devs as a movie to, I mean, let's just say Fox Studios, it probably wouldn't have been made. Or I think of like Mr. Robot, which was originally pitched as like a 2.5-hour movie and never got made and turned into 4 great seasons of television. You know, USA was willing to take that risk on a series, but as a movie, probably would have never been made, or it wouldn't have received nearly as much resources as it got as a show, which I thought was brilliant.
And I love the fact that with these shows, we get more detail.
Yeah,
you can get more into the nitty gritty stuff that becomes lore that people love. Like you guys with Mr. Robot. I don't know a lot about Mr. Robot, but I've been in enough conversations around you guys when you get in your conversation and you'll go into the deep little intricate details about the stuff going on.
Because every frame in that show is very detailed.
And that's my point. You can get that with these type of shows because less episodes, so the budget is larger per episode and more focused.
I agree. I think it empowers the storytelling a little bit. Instead of a 2-hour story, it can become a 12-hour story. Now, sometimes at least in my opinion, and I can't think of an immediate example to be honest with you, but sometimes it feels like the story doesn't really warrant that type of expansion, and you get filler episodes, and it gets boring. And I guess those are maybe shows that fail and don't get further than their first season. But sometimes, again, the Mr. Robot example, it's like you could never have told that as brilliantly in 2 hours as you could across those 4 seasons. It really warranted itself to that long form storytelling. And on a production level, on a budget level, there really is, like we were saying, there's really no distinction between the two. Like TV, prestige TV looks like, high-end, high-budget Hollywood filmmaking these days.
Like Euphoria, prime example, one of the most beautifully shot shows I have ever laid eyes on. Like, their slow-mo shots, just how they utilize the makeup and lighting is just gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't imagine, could you attempt to tell that in a 2-hour film? Yes, but I don't think it would work as well.
They did. It's called Waves.
I haven't got to watch Waves.
Waves is Euphoria in movie form. It's very good.
Well, they're both so.
They're both A24, yeah.
Yeah. So
we're doing like a Jessica Q&A session. What gets your vote for the most worthless or pointless film remake? Is it the Three Stooges?
Don't you dare!
That's not a remake of a film. So
They've been in film, so I'd argue it is. Oh boy, I've been thinking about this one. Will you guys talk about television? Because I don't care about television.
What do you got?
Oh, and I couldn't come up with anything at the top of my head.
Damn it! It was your moment.
I know. I'll come back when I think of something.
Worthless or
either
pointless?
Three Stooges or Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, they did do a remake of that. It was not
Jackie
very
Earl
good.
Haley.
No, I wasn't saying you got to stop doing.
No, I've been actually enjoying it.
Yeah, this is cool.
Pointless film remakes. Damn, I actually like the Bad News Bears remake, so I can't say that.
Yeah, I think that movie's hilarious. It's Richard Linklater. I can't really see anything Richard Linklater does besides that Bernadette movie.
Yeah,
he did that for a paycheck to fund his 12-year project.
Ben-Hur.
There's a good one.
That's a good one.
I went to the internet. I'm sorry.
So do I. Total Recall.
Total Recall is pretty bad. Death Wish. Not great.
I like the Bruce Willis Death Wish.
Did not
when he walks down that street and Love Sosa starts playing, I got hype in the theater.
Wait, here a remake we all forgot about, the 2015 Point Break.
Oh God!
Really, truly did forget that. This was really bad. What else was really bad? That was like
House of Wax.
Fame.
Well, I like that.
Nobody remembers the Fame movie.
Jared Padalecki and Paris Hilton.
So wait, somebody on this list has Mr. Deeds, the Adam Sandler movie. I love.
It is a remake.
I love that movie though.
Mr. Deeds is good.
You guys seen the Valley Girl remake? I hear it was garbage.
Yeah, I have not seen the Valley Girl.
How about
remake.
does Baywatch count?
I think Baywatch is funny.
You're like the only person I know that does. But Nick, I'll agree with you on the Fame remake.
Yeah, that just felt really.
Did you know they're remaking Blazing Saddles?
Yeah, it's an animated samurai type.
Blazing Samurai, and it's Mel Brooks is coming back as a voice. It's going to involve cats and dogs as samurai.
Okay, you lost me, and then you got me back.
Oh, Taylor, the Psycho remake.
So the Psycho remake's kind of.
I was about to bring that one up.
I think it's interesting because it's shot for shot.
Yeah, it's interesting as a technical exercise, but it is like a valueless. When you get to the end of it, it's like, what was the point? You know?
Yeah.
If you're not gonna actually bring anything new to the material, then why do it? Because
Cabin Fever, the shot for shot remake of
right.
Cabin Fever,
which Eli Roth made, isn't that correct?
He didn't direct it, but he produced it.
Also, a bizarre, again, an interesting technical exercise. Could I make the same movie again? But why at the end of it? I wonder what accomplishment you feel.
Footloose, even though both movies suck in my eyes.
Okay, so here's one for the horror boys.
Yeah.
Would you say that Suspiria is a bad remake?
No.
Oh, it's a terrific remake.
Because it shows up on a lot of the lists.
I think Suspiria. I think Luke Guadagnino's Suspiria is a perfect example of what is possible and what's valuable in a remake.
Yeah.
And that it's almost unidentifiably the same movie, just has some of the same bones of the Argento film. I very different movies, super different movies.
Yeah.
I think the Suspiria remake is great. The Dukes of Hazzard remake.
Yeah.
But but there wasn't a Dukes of Hazzard movie. I love that movie though. Like it's a funny movie. It's different in tone. But
I don't really remember
Connor,
much about it.
Footloose was Julianne Hough in 2011. Julianne Hough coming off of her Dancing with the Stars fame.
I know there's a Footloose remake. It was Taylor who did it.
I didn't know that. I didn't remember
Yeah,
that.
no, that's what I said, Taylor.
No, you said
Oh, you
Connor.
said Connor.
I thought I said Taylor.
Wait, welcome to all our Tracy classes.
Oh wait, here's one for you: The Mummy.
Hey, Nick.
Oh shit! Yo, hey Nick. That's true. Yeah, I guess.
I don't think The Mummy's as bad as people remember it to be.
Some people would say this one. I don't, because I love this movie. RoboCop.
That one's awful.
It's awful.
It's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
I have a soft spot for it because I thought it did the story better. It more heart to the story rather than just being a straight up action film.
Paul Verhoeven doesn't need heart in a story.
Yeah, that's kind of his whole thing, is not having heart in the story.
Yeah.
Just bleakness and violence is kind of his thing. But yeah, no, and there was none of that in really the new one.
Weren't we just talking about what film is desperate for a remake? I thought we had a discussion.
No, we didn't have this discussion.
No, me
What
and
film?
Taylor. I'm pretty sure me and Taylor
Oh,
did.
you and Taylor might have. I know.
I mean, because I don't think there's. Some people get sort of immediately upset about the ideas of remakes, right? Like there's
Adam
something-
Halpert says Top Gun. That's kind of we don't know what that sequel's going to be. I mean, that sequel could honestly be a semi remake. No, we do not.
Yes, we do. Why not? That's a fun movie.
Cheaper by the dozen.
Cheaper
three.
than the dozen 2 is trash.
Wow, harsh opinions on Cheaper
Oh wait,
by the
here
Dozen three.
remake that is the worst remake ever in my opinion. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The Bay one.
Yes, the Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. One of
See,
the
I don't know
worst
about
remakes.
so like I don't chalk that something like that up to a remake because it's just a new adaptation of something that's established, right? It's not like a remake of the script of like the original '90s film. What's desperate for a remake? Because what I was saying was like I don't think remakes are an automatic bad idea. I mean, you can take an older movie or like something that didn't really work in its time that had like the base of a good idea and refigure it out. You know.
I got one for you, Taylor. From earlier this year, The Grudge.
I actually did not see the
That's
John
not a
Cho
remake.
Grudge.
It's not a remake. It is a congruent film. It's like a sidequel. It's happening congruent to the first Grudge movie.
Okay. What
Man, I
about
fucking hate
Flatliners?
IP.
Flatliners is pretty bad. That's not a remake.
It's quite bad. It's quite bad. They
cool though. It's not a remake.
taint the Schumacher legacy. I'm
I
trying to think of something I would like to see remade. Nothing's immediately coming to mind. I don't know if you guys got anything.
I mean,
Batman.
technically, what I would suggest already got remade with a with
What's that?
It's already happening.
technically something I think deserves a remake, but it already happened technically, and I kind of enjoy it, even though it was Ocean's 8. Ocean's 8 was like a remake of Ocean's 11, and I actually really liked it.
Again, not a remake.
It's supposed to be within the continuity.
I know it's, but I said it is, but it isn't. That's why I let up with it. But I enjoyed it. I want to see more of those films.
Stumped. You stumped us.
See, here's the thing though, is that sometimes when I see these movies getting announced as remakes, I just groan. So I would argue original cinema.
There's a lot of 80s films that could be ripe for a remake. I won't say Breakfast Club, because Breakfast Club, because of how it takes place, is
Never
somewhat,
Breakfast Club.
yeah. Never touch Breakfast Club. That's a classic. Never
Now they
touch
will
Princess
someday.
Bride. They have tried to touch Breakfast Club, except it took place in an airport.
Yeah, they'll get there someday. You can never count that they won't. They'll do
Yeah,
it.
Ferris Bueller Jr.'s Day Off. Can't wait for that one.
Oh man.
No,
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody wants Wild Wild West remade.
I enjoy 1999's Wild Wild West is the beautiful campy cheese that's garbage as it is.
Now that's it. Will Smith, if you're watching, what you should do is you should reboot Wild Wild West as a gritty, earnest drama that still somehow ends in a steampunk spider battle. I would watch that. I would watch like an earnest Western version of it, but not Fresh Prince. Unless you turn Fresh Prince into a Western, I'd watch that.
How about a Wild Hogs remake?
Why don't you just make those hogs as wild as
They're-
you can?
Allie, there are a lot of '80s films that are ripe for a remake because they did not age well.
Didn't they make Snakes on a Train?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't that happen? They put
Snakes
them
on
on
a
a train.
Snakes on a Plane is actually kind of good. So
It knows what it is. It's
yeah,
fun.
it knows what it is. So
that?
what?
The Blob. Remake the Blob. I know Rob Zombie was attached to it at one point, but after the abysmal
Halloween films.
His Blob would be so gross.
Be really gross.
Like
you guys know that Logan Paul is in the Valley Girl remake? So
Wow.
I just figured I'd mention that just to make everybody really happy.
That's a great cue for me to go take my bathroom break. I'm coming off because this is not an OnlyFans.
Taylor's gonna go make an OnlyFans, and it's not gonna be pretty.
Hey, I'd buy.
I want to talk about good remakes though, because a good remake to me is Little Shop of Horrors in 1986. Even though it's the first film wasn't a musical, that was still a great remake. Scarface, another great remake.
Yeah, I mean, I always forget that movie was made a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
See you fellas later.
Peace
See
out.
you, Carter.
Have a good one. No, I'm trying to think. Great remakes. Bad News Bears, like I said earlier. Splash. Splash is ripe for a remake. What's up, Zolano? How you doing, sir?
You just
Splash.
assume their gender. Yes, Splash. Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good. I don't know. I see these movies like the Fletch movie that we're gonna be getting. I just do not care about. I don't know, man. All these remakes, man, they just feel so unnecessary.
But Fletch is one that feels necessary because of how journalism's changed in today's day and age.
Sure.
All right, so I was thinking about while I was peeing. You know what movie's ready for a remake? Oh no, I'm getting Jessica's calling me. I'm still here, Jessica. Don't call me yet. I'm still on the stream. What movie's set for a remake is Creature from the Black Lagoon. They're making all these Universal monster movies. They're announcing Draculas and werewolves and such. I'm ready. I love the Creature. It's on a poster over there. You're just going to take my word for it. I look at him every single night. I'm ready for him to come back. I think you could come up with a cool like environmental spin, a cool mythology. I know Del Toro was going to do it at some point, and he made The Shape of Water instead, which is maybe the best modern version of that movie that you can make anyway.
Agreed.
But what do you think of Avatar 2, y'all?
The movie that we may never see.
It doesn't exist. Neither does the first one. I don't know. That was just a joke. Are we talking Avatar: The Last Airbender too?
No,
I would love to see that. I know, I'm kidding. It's the Disney
The sequels
piece of crap
exist.
that nobody wants.
The sequels exist so little that they actually go back and erase the first movie from all the databases.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't. I like I've said it before. I don't doubt James Cameron.
We said it before. Don't bet against James Cameron.
Yeah, exactly. I do it.
Yeah.
If it were anybody else, I'd be like, that movie's never getting made. If it was a DC movie, I'd never believe it was going to happen. But
But
I
we've
have
seen
faith in
pictures.
Cameron.
It's James Cameron. James Cameron never really disappoints. And yeah, that's what I got to say about it. I'm never betting against James Cameron. I'm interested because what we've seen is we know it's going to take place underwater, so I'm very curious how that's going to tie in.
First movie sucks. Okay, the end.
The first movie's derivative. It doesn't suck.
It sucks. That movie is so boring, and I hate it.
It's literally Seven Samurais, Fern Gully. I mean, it's other movies. I wouldn't say it sucks. Most anticipated biopic counts Judas and the Black Messiah. That is
Taron Egerton as the Tetris guy, as the Tetris game.
Dave Franco is Vanilla Ice.
Hell yeah!
Oh god. Top 3 favorite villains: Darth Vader.
Carlton Banks.
No. Trying to think. Sauron and Khan. No, not Khan. Voldemort. Sorry, Voldemort.
Where did Connor go, by the way? Did he also go pee?
Yeah. No, he's just like, I'm hopping off for the night, guys. Peace.
Oh, wow, he just dipped.
Yep.
Yep.
Good night, my top goblins. Sleep well. Top 3 favorite villains. Would you say Darth Vader, Voldemort,
And
Hannibal Lecter, baby?
Sauron was my other one.
Hannibal Lecter. You've got 3. Well, I think you have 4 different actors who play him through time, and I think did Matt Smith play him in the prequel? I feel like Matt Smith played him. Maybe it was somebody else. So that's not a very iconic performance because I don't even remember if that's who it was. But you had Brian Cox in Manhunter. Obviously, you have Hopkins, killing it across 3 movies. Not all those movies are great, but he's always showing up. And then you got Mads Mikkelsen. Like when I think of Toby Flenderson is one of the villains. When I think of iconic Universal villains that everybody knows, I agree. You mentioned like Vader, Voldemort, Sauron. I actually would put the Joker as a Universal being in there.
Hold up,
Dracula.
We got something. Yup, Lovecraft Country. I think that's all.
What's George's quick comment review on Lovecraft Country? Yup.
Okay. This is quick comment review, so I'm excited for after this.
Patrick Bateman, Hannibal Lecter, and Will Graham. Is this top 3 villains of all time or the top 3 cuties? I go to that dinner party. Hello.
Scare Lion King. What do you mean? Oh, Scar from Lion King. Scar, he's a good villain too. I'm checking the Matt Smith thing. I don't think he's played Hannibal in anything.
There was a movie called Hannibal Rising, and in my head I remember that's who played Hannibal Lecter in it. It's like a straight-to-VOD prequel that was based on one of the Thomas Harris books.
That's Gaspar Ulliel and Reese Ethan.
Okay. Now, well, like I said, maybe not the most iconic version of the game. The other 3, great performances of a great character who is proven to be timeless. And I'm not just saying that because I watched. We finished watching Hannibal again today. Just a great villainous character that's held up through the years. I like a comic book character or a Darth Vader. I feel like has a lot of the great pop cultural appeal.
Even though we only got one film, you could argue Killmonger. I won't say Thanos.
What was that one you froze up on me?
Killmonger.
Oh yeah, Killmonger's a good villain. I mean, I think generally speaking, like a good villain, you always want an antagonist who you don't sympathize with necessarily, but you can buy that they think they are the hero in their own narrative. Yeah. It does crack me up when you watch something and like a villain is overtly evil. They're like, my big evil plan. Like I was watching the Sonic the Hedgehog movie with my main man Terrence, and like Robotnik's literally talking about I am an evil genius, and I was saying like that's so funny. Like imagine if somebody in the real world, like imagine if a like big tech leader or an elected official like openly identified as evil, right? Like like a good villain wouldn't act, like a good nuanced villain wouldn't actually do that. You need someone.
It's just like a heel in wrestling saying I'm a heel. Ben Goddard and Rachel Silvestrini in Schmodown.
Well, that ain't wrestling.
Oh snap!
We got a real heel right here. We got my favorite ghoul on Real Talk for the very first time.
I wouldn't say she's a heel. She's a sweetheart.
Thank you.
She is on Real Talk, her debut.
I'm
That's
sorry.
true.
She was just hitting us with so many hot questions. I was like, may as well bring her on the screen at this point.
Right.
I just wanted to ask a bunch of questions to see what your honest and true opinions were in the cinema world.
Yeah. Top 3 heroes right now. I'm going to always go with Luke Skywalker because we did get a film with him and he was a great hero in it.
Frodo Baggins.
Yeah, Frodo. I got to go with Samwise or Aragorn ahead of Frodo because Frodo was corrupt by the end of it, and it took Satan to save him.
But I feel like anybody would
heroes.
be corrupted.
But when I see a hero, I don't want them to be corrupt. I don't want them to fall ill to corruption at the end of the story because that's what Frodo. If Frodo didn't get his finger bitten off, he'd still probably be corrupt and wearing that ring right now.
Aww.
Nothing wrong with a hero struggling.
She's just a little halfling.
I shouldn't be saying too much because Jen and Jen is now finally watching these films, and I just probably spoiled the third one for her.
She's never seen them.
She's just watched the first one. it's been a hard fight to get her to watch these because she loved Game of Thrones. So I'm like, if you like Game of Thrones, you're gonna like Lord of the Rings, and it's hard for her. She was sitting there like, this is so boring through the first one. Like, they get better each film.
What?
I haven't seen them either, and I kind of don't want to.
Yeah, Nick's also a horrible person.
Trust me.
A horrible person. Connor says a true hero is Luke Hobbs, and
Luke Hobbs is a true.
Just come
hero.
back on stream, Connor, if you're still out there.
Yeah, if you're guys gonna watch, just come.
I don't
back
know
on
who
the stream.
Luke Hobbs is.
From the Fast and Furious movie.
Hobbs and Shaw.
The Rock and the Fast and Furious films. You could argue nowadays Dom Toretto is a hero instead of that villain he was in the first film.
I don't think you have to argue it. He's clearly
I know.
La Familia.
Where The Rock has written into his contract that he can't lose a fight.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Hobbs and Shaw, like him and Statham had like contractual obligations of like I have to have this many frames in the film, this many lines. I can't lose fights.
No,
I gotta look this cool.
The Rock and Statham can lose fights, but literally Vin Diesel has it written in his contract that he cannot lose fights.
But no, for sure. There was in Hobbs and Shaw, like they had contractual obligations where like they couldn't, like one couldn't look cooler than the other, and that's why the movie is structured as it is.
And you know what's funny? That is like one of 2 Fast and Furious films I hate. And Nick actually loved it.
Oh, I certainly
don't. We reviewed that together.
It was dumb as hell, but I don't hate it.
I mean,
I enjoyed it.
I'm a person who doesn't care about those movies in general, besides one of them.
The one you worked on?
Thanks.
The one that we were supposed to have a surprise screening for, and it got spoiled.
Yeah. That was an interesting night of sitting like this at the movie theater.
Hey,
but I appreciate. I appreciate it very much. It did get spoiled for me. But hey, listen, I appreciate any amazing gesture by my amazing friends. But that said, yeah, I like Hobbs and Shaw because it was stupid, and that's enough for me sometimes.
See, but all the Fast and Furious movies 5 and on are stupid. But they're more.
If I'm forced to watch one of them, then it's fine. And for the 3 minutes of it that was on the screen, Cars 2. But
Ka-chow.
for the Ka-chow. Just kidding. It wasn't Cars 2. It was Cars 1. But
can we get a Ka-chow in the chat?
Can I get a Ka-chow? I'll go into the chat and leave a Ka-chow.
So he can lose parts of a fight, but at the end of a fight, he actually has to win.
I love it. I love the true artistic spirit of filmmaking. The big bald man can't look like a nerd, and you have to write around it. You gotta love it.
It's a crazy world we live in.
He's crazy.
Truly crazy.
Every single time that Matt's microphone gets very loud, I make sure that he knows it.
Yeah, we gotta get more Patreon dollars in so he can fix that.
I think it's a cord. I think it's a cord. I'm gonna try testing that.
I'm curious.
Don't touch the cord. Don't touch the cord again.
Wait, did it get loud when I touched the cord?
Yes.
Yeah, then it's the cord that needs replaced.
Don't ever touch it again.
Is it loud now?
No, it's good now.
Well, I'm touching the cord. That's why I was asking.
Don't try.
Favorite 90s flick. Ready, set, go.
No, that is not Allie. This is Taylor's girlfriend, Jessica.
You met her, George. You met her.
Hello again, George.
You met Jessica at WatCon.
WatCon.
I sent her the link as well, but she's not answering. So
yeah, get Allie on here. She was doing some Q&A actually.
She loves 90s and 80s movies.
Connor,
she could answer
I would
for
have
me
to
better.
say my favorite 90s flick is Selena.
I'd have to say The Mummy or The Rocketeer, which I just discovered The Rocketeer literally like 2 weeks ago.
Batman and Robin, Joel Schumacher.
Yeah, that's probably where I go.
Kind of when I kind of think of like 1990s movies and like being a child, that's probably in the top 10 I'm going to think of, you know.
Yeah. Buffy in the 80s.
The movie?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think that was early
Of course.
90s.
Okay.
90s.
Oh, Star Wars: The Phantom
90s.
Menace. Star Wars: The
Ugh.
Phantom Menace. I
The
love
Lion
that movie.
Watto.
Brink, a Disney. Watto though? Brink,
wait.
a Disney Channel original movie.
Jurassic Park.
Okay, he hit a good one.
I'm
He had a
surprised
go
I hit
with
it before you.
Toy Story, amen. Toy Story is definitely 90s AF. Terminator 2?
Jumanji, Terminator 2, Edward
The Lion
Scissorhands.
King.
Is Face Off starring Nicolas Cage and John Travolta a 90s movie? Because
I think
I'd
it's
definitely
2000.
put that on my list.
Clerks.
Oh, yeah,
Dogma,
right.
Mallrats,
That's my favorite movie of all time.
I've
should
never
include
seen
it.
Clerks.
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's my second favorite movie of all time.
I haven't seen
should
that
probably
through.
I should probably figure out years because
The
yeah.
Sandlot.
Ooh, that's a good one.
The Mask, Fifth Element.
Oh, The Mask
Ooh,
2.
The Fifth Element.
Matt is now just reading a list of 1990
Hocus
movies, and
Pocus.
we're going. Oh, I like that one.
Oh, I love that one.
Hocus Pocus, Braveheart.
Hocus Pocus.
Brave. The
Good.
Disney movie. I don't know.
No.
There's so many
Leaving
good
Las
ones.
Vegas. Forrest Gump. The Silence of the Lambs. Shakespeare in Love.
What do you guys think is the best sequel?
Oh boy. Toy Story 3.
The Empire Strikes
fair.
Back.
It's the third movie.
That's
That's
still
still a sequel.
Still a sequel. Empire Strikes Back.
You
is
didn't
the best
like
sequel of
2?
all time.
Nobody says.
I mean,
trequel.
two's all right, but
Trequel.
yeah, definitely Toy Story 3 for my favorite trequel.
I think 3 is better than 2, and I think 3 is better than 4 as well.
I'm trying to remember 2.
2 is
2
when
has
Woody
Sneak-
gets stolen by Al's toy barn.
Oh,
and
that's right.
Stinky Pete is in there.
Stinky Pete and
The Phantom.
Billy Zane. You talking about
Oh,
Billy Zane again?
Billy
Wow.
Zane's The Phantom.
Speaking of Billy Zane,
And he's back.
Hi, Connor.
How's it going?
Hey, buddy, old pal.
Robin Hood Men in Tights. Back
what's
to
in
the Future
the
Part 3.
box?
Yes, 7 is a great one.
7. Great 90s film. Fight Club. We're talking 90s Venture. Fight
Yep,
Club
Fight
and Alien 3. No, we're literally just talking about movies that we're just saying movies that came out.
Army
in
of
the
Darkness.
90s.
Army of Darkness.
Cruel Intentions.
The second one?
First one.
Best sequel.
Okay.
Yeah, Cruel Intentions too. Best sequel. I'm gonna grab my headset so I don't keep the old ball and chain awake.
Mallrats is one of the best sequels ever.
Dark Knight.
For sequels, yeah. I'd be
Dark
inclined
Knight,
to
yeah.
agree.
Dark Knight's definitely on that list.
Two Towers.
I like Two
Return of the King.
Two Towers might be my favorite Lord of the Rings movie. I've said, which is I think Jessica that was a little bit of a hot take. You're more of a
Yeah,
Return
it
of the
is
King
because
lady.
most people
Return of the King.
most people think those movies get better each film, and I tend to agree with that.
Yeah.
Return of the King is up there.
Granted, I haven't rewatched any of them properly in years. We tried to at the drive-in and fell asleep.
Taylor, you want to do a proper rewatch? I'll lend you the extended editions on Blu-ray.
We have them. It's fine.
Oh, Jess, I love you.
We have them.
Did I freeze?
No, you're not
Matt,
frozen. You're fine.
Okay, now he is. Oh my god!
Someone. Hold on.
Ooh.
No,
he's
give it
gone.
back. Give it back. Give it back.
No, he's gone. I can't get it back.
The best sequel, Scooby-Doo 2: Monsters Unleashed.
Oh, Zombieland was the best. Was it Zombie Island?
Oh.
Zombie Island.
We're talking about Scooby-Doo movies since you've left.
Oh, yeah, animated Zombie Island. Yeah.
Yeah, but live action Scooby-Doo 2:
Yeah,
Monsters Unleashed
Zombie Island is the
way
best
better than
Scooby-Doo
the
movie.
first one.
You know they
Zombie
made
Island.
another one. They made a second Zombie Island Scooby-Doo
Return
movie.
to Zombie Island.
Yes.
Not so good.
Not
It
so
wasn't-
good.
It wasn't so good. No.
Doesn't live up to the prestige of the original by any means. When
Well, that
you
is
dig up the
disappointing.
Zombie Island label, there's a quality expectation.
That's
wasn't
one
there.
movie that I would just play over and over. That Flubber, Mission Impossible 2, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off are movies that I played like on repeat at my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
You like Mission
Black
Impossible
Knight.
2?
No,
Black
I
Knight,
don't like it.
Okay.
Black Knight I also played on repeat. These are movies that I would beg my grandparents to like rewind the VHS tape. when I stayed at their house.
See, when you said Mission Impossible 2, I'm rewatching it. I'm just like,
No, that movie's hard to watch now.
yeah.
I think it's a perfect time capsule of when it was made. Limp
Made-
Bizkit doing the theme song.
Made
says it
by
all.
John Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was originally a 4-hour movie.
Gotta love those.
Release the Woo cut.
Oh,
Release the Biscuit cut.
the biscuit cut.
More doves.
What's the next topic? Do we have anybody?
Oh, are we
just been
talking about
movies.
VHS tapes from when we were younger? Because the Backstreet Boys live concert that came with Burger King meals was the one
Wow.
that I watched a lot when I was younger.
Wow, I remember the toys. In fact, I was remarking that Jessica still had, I think, the Joey Fatone toy.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
not
wow.
the right band.
Yeah, that's insane.
No?
Are you talking about
Oh!
the strings for the no strings attached tour? Where they
I
were
had
puppets?
those too growing up.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking of
my
the,
sister had all of them. And
I
steal
had
them.
them myself because
I'm very jealous
oh.
because I kept stealing
Yeah.
them from my sister, and then she would beat the shit out of me.
Burger King always had the best toys.
because they had the
Remember
McDonald's.
the hot
They had
clip?
the line of
You guys have
Backstreet
any
Boys
hot
figures.
clips?
Yes.
you
I
guys
had-
have any Pokeballs full of Boolean gold?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys
I
have
used to.
Sneak King for Xbox 360?
I
I do.
wish. Listen,
I
my
do.
brother just recently got an Xbox 360, so I kind of want to get sneaking for it.
You can have it if you want. I'll give it to you. That's a genuine gift for me to you. That's like Metal
I'm
Gear.
not
Metal
gonna
Gear
take you
Burger.
away from that fun.
Well, Connor just brought up movies that you as a kid. I actually rewound Empire Strikes Back, or not Empire, Return of the Jedi so much as a kid.
Big surprise.
You did? What? Who would have
Sure.
thought?
I was like, where'd that voice come from?
That,
I was like, when did?
We can get really deep on ASMR mode like this.
but I
I was
rewound
like-
it so much as a kid that the fucking VHS broke.
Because when my headphones are dying, it'll say
Hey,
battery low, and
It's
I
real
thought that's
hard
what it
now.
was. I was like, when did my headphone voice change?
I
that's
used
just me,
to watch-
baby.
I used to watch The Pest a lot on VHS.
Yeah.
Does
I
anybody
also watched The Island. I watched The Island by Michael Bay a lot.
I gotta say, this is maybe the weirdest real talk that's ever been concocted.
Yeah, it's been great. So I'm not gonna talk about it.
Do you
I
guys
think- I
remember?
Don't touch the wire!
Matt,
I
it's
didn't.
getting very loud right now.
I didn't touch the wire.
Don't hands up! Don't touch the
I
wire.
didn't touch the wire.
Nobody touch it. Oh. I think we should go all night. I don't think this episode should end.
No, I
just
agree.
just keep
This
bringing
is fun.
people in.
So Jessica's coming on for the Twilight watch long, right?
Yes.
I think we should just start it right now.
I've never
actually-
seen any of the Twilights.
I got it right here.
All right. Well,
That was
Allie's
how
coming
I
up
was
for the
gonna-
Twilight.
So it's
That was how I was going to
it's-
enter the stream. Was I was going to admit that Twilight was a guilty pleasure movie of mine, like Matt did last week. I'm really scared.
Oh man.
Got him.
Powering up.
I
Pluto.
was going to be like, I really like Twilight, but then I forgot about it.
I expect
think-
all these people to be present for the
I think-
all night long nocturnal Twilight watch along we're doing.
Hold on. Do I still have my Edward Cullen wrist cuff from back when that shit came out?
See, that
Don't touch the wire.
I didn't touch the wire.
This is just live tech support. That's what this episode's been all night.
I
What
had
do you
a
have?
real one.
Which one of Edward's trinkets did you get?
It was like this leather wrist cuff that they made the trinkets for each sibling. So all the guys wore like these leather wrist cuffs with the Cullen signet on it, and I got one of those back in 8th grade.
You still have it. Don't pretend like, oh, I
No,
wonder
I'm
where
sorry.
it is.
No,
You
I'm
got it.
I readily admit I still have it. I'm just wondering where it is.
I heard you have it on right now. I heard a rumor. I heard you
heard a
never.
rumor. No.
I heard you
wears
never
it all
take it
the
off.
time.
It's on his ankle.
You know what VHS tape I was obsessed with as a child was.
Hold on, real quick.
I wasn't even allowed to watch it. It was my father's VHS copy of Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And I just thought Arnold. Oh, we lost him. Arnold with the one laser eye on the
He
cover
touched the
behind
wire.
the sunglasses. He touched the wire. We'll never see him again. He looked so cool and so compelling on the cover. I would constantly ask my mom, "Can I watch this? No. Can I watch this? No." And one time, she was talking to a friend's mom at the front door, and I came up one more time with the VHS. "Can I watch this?" And I don't think she was paying attention to me. She said yes. And I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, we're about to have a wild afternoon. So I ran to the VCR. I popped in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And right from the start, when that big metal foot crushes a skull, I was terrified. I was having a terrible time. And then I got as far as somebody being blasted to nuclear dust by the bomb through the chain link fence. And I was just mortified. And that's when my mom came in and said, "Oh, what are you watching?" And I said, "Terminator." And she ripped that shit out of there so fast. She was not.
I remember watching Clerks at like age 9. It got to the snowball scene when they started explaining what a snowball was. That's when my mom walked in. It's because she used to work
you should be watching Clerks at 9.
I followed in her footsteps, but she was a manager at Family Video before I was. And so I just got free movies, and I just snuck Clerks in there one time.
Jessica, there you go.
He got it. Oh, we got to bring it. Hold on.
Got it.
There he is. Let's check him out. Hold it up.
I was watching this trailer to the new Saved by the Bell.
Look at this Cullen
series. Oh,
wow.
cool.
Wow.
Yeah, this definitely doesn't. Yeah, it's a reboot for Peacock. This definitely does not. No, it's campy as all hell.
No, it's gritty.
Why isn't it? I heard the NHL mascot Gritty was in it.
All of them are in it.
If we're talking about things that scared us on VHS tapes when we were younger, somebody taped one of the NSYNC concerts for me, and there was a really scary clown in one of the scenes, and I couldn't watch it. Speaking of things that others,
what was that evil snowman movie?
Jack Frost.
Jack Frost. Yeah.
Jack Frost. Yeah.
Oh,
I remember that holographic VHS cover. I would like walk by it in the video store and just get freaked out so badly.
The first movie that freaked me out so bad as a kid was Misery. Oh my god.
That's just fair.
Let's talk about VHS covers that scared you.
Why are you guys watching these really scary movies as children? I don't understand.
My parents they showed me the weirdest movies when I was a kid. Like my first rated R movie, I was like 11, was Goodfellas. I watched all the way through and I was like, "Dad, why is he stabbing that guy in the trunk?"
That is definitely not the movie that they're talking about, Matt.
Yeah, that's a different one. That's a family movie.
You guys keep going. I'm going to bring it in. Hold on.
Oh, yes. So, Taylor, I assume you're on the same page as me. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Same whole book, man. I'm right on board.
Would walk in like Blockbuster, Family Video, just see that VHS cover and like instantly just like run out of that aisle.
Yes.
I hated it.
Oh, I've got the perfect. Wow, check this out. Hold on.
Is it a GIF?
This is really good for the audio listeners. This content.
Wait, everybody, just be quiet for a second.
Hold on. One BLT made an omelet. Everybody clap.
What kind?
What did you put in the omelet?
Bacon.
Gotta have some green peppers.
Gotta have potatoes.
You crazy son of a gun! What did you put in that?
I just made an omelet.
I hope that one BLT shows up for.
Was it a BLT version of an omelet?
That is
just
spinach.
Oh god.
Pretty weak.
Why can't I
just
get
spinach?
There we go.
Ew, spinach and egg.
Yep.
Oh, that one.
There it is. Right, Connor?
So happy.
Yep.
You're walking down the aisle at Blockbuster and you see left looking at you and you're a child and you're like, well, this guy looks like he might be kind of fun. I want to see what he's all about. Then you get a little bit closer and you're in the middle and you're like, it said he was chilling, but he's looking progressively less chill. And then you get all the way to the right and he ain't chilling. He's killing. He was killing the whole time. He wasn't chilling. And now you are traumatized for the rest of your youth. Although I will say Matt's promo material from the Michael Keaton Jack Frost movie also pretty existentially terrifying in its own right.
Mhm.
That movie made me cry very badly towards the end of it because
Originally
Yeah.
it wasn't supposed to be Michael Keaton. It was supposed to be George Clooney, and that's why it looks kind of like George Clooney.
Oh,
it does kind of look like George Clooney. That is.
Hold
Yeah.
on, guys, stay there. We're gonna verify if it kind of looks like George Clooney.
Because they already had made the
We're
snowman
gonna
like
bring in
special
George
effects,
Clooney.
As I'm going
thinking they were
to
going to have George Clooney, and then they lost George Clooney, and so they brought in Michael Keaton. And they were like, whatever. Nobody's going to know.
hold on, I'm sending George Clooney the StreamYard link. We're gonna find out really quick in a second
George
here.
Clooney, is it true that you were once
This
attached
does
to
not
Jack Frost?
fit
You were
anymore.
always Jack Frost.
God, it's so.
Do you think John Cena would pop in? Should I throw him a DM?
I honestly think you should, but like
It would be a Winston moment all over again.
you should definitely throw John Cena a link. You guys do follow each other on.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Doesn't.
Wait, are you serious?
No, it doesn't.
Do you guys
know,
think that
George
looks like
Clooney.
George?
That's George
Doesn't
Clooney.
John Cena have like the weirdest Instagram ever? And he just posts like
Yes.
really random crap.
He might have actually posted that photo of George Clooney and Jack Frost today, for all we know.
Yeah, because he just
It's George Clooney.
Same, Chet
I
saying
could
maybe
see
a
it.
little. He looks maybe a little like Clooney. It's hard to say.
It's not hard to say.
It's George Clooney.
It definitely looks like Clooney. You're right, Jessica.
I think it looks like Clooney. I can see it.
No, it doesn't.
George Clooney. It's definitely not Michael Keaton.
It's pretty embarrassing that they made the snowman look just like George Clooney and that it was Michael Keaton.
None of them.
They have the same smile.
They have the same
No,
brow.
hey, weren't they both Batman? That's like the same thing.
That is
Wow, you're
true.
right.
They were both Batman.
Just remember,
Wow.
fun fact, Keaton was attached to Forever up until a month before production.
Well, and I heard Christian Bale was tapped.
That's Val
to,
Kilmer, though.
Play Jack Frost as well, but he couldn't put on enough snow. He was trying to do it method, and he couldn't get.
Oh,
Fucking-
no.
He couldn't put enough snow on fast
I'm
enough.
pissed.
Oh my god.
No, let's keep going.
No,
The
keep
first-
going.
The first
Keep
3-hour
going.
real talk.
Keep going.
Really scared got there.
Wait.
I have a question.
I'm pretty sure Real Talk has a 3-hour episode. It's the Aquaman episode that you were on.
Oh, but that was just nonsense.
That was
This
the
is a
worst
structured
episode of
professional
anything
show.
we ever performed ever. That was the worst episode we've ever done, and we should never bring it up again. Sorry.
That
But
was
you
one
can
of my
go
most
back in the
favorite-
audio archives. You can go back in the
I
audio
feel
archives.
very passionately about how bad that episode was.
I thought it was fun.
What was the Aquaman?
I think
one?
this is fun.
There was way too much going on at once, and everybody was talking over each other. We had 17 people in my basement right here. It was just the
Yeah.
worst.
There's a lot of people.
Oh, I
hooting
was
and
gonna
hollering.
ask. Like in the comment section, but I had asked Nick this like a couple weeks ago. But what movie have you guys seen that like made you physically like upset or like ill or like that you never want to watch ever again? That like
Three
it just
Stooges.
made you
Michael
like.
Bay's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What was my answer? Because I don't remember.
The Three Stooges.
Mine was Kids
Yeah,
Fair.
and then I argued that is wrong, but
because it's. You've never even seen
is
it,
good,
Nick.
though.
Oh my
Kids is
god.
good. How do
Nick, you
know
haven't
I've
seen Kids?
I've seen Kids.
I was,
No,
gonna say,
you haven't.
I was gonna say you're a big Harmony Korine guy, from what I understand.
I'm a big Harmony.
I love
fan
Harmony.
too.
I love Trash
Yeah,
Harmony.
that.
Love Trash
that movie.
Humpers.
Trash Humpers is the best movie. That movie will never make anybody feel ill after.
I would
watching
say
And then
either
one of
my
my,
super
I asked one of my
ex-girlfriend.
friends the same thing, and she said Requiem for a Dream also was like really awful, and
It's fair.
It's not awful.
I was
though.
like,
It's
I've never
just- it's a
seen that.
hard
I've never
watch.
seen that, but I heard the same stuff.
What was
Okay.
it? Was it what film made us? Was the worst film we've ever seen that made us physically react, or what was the question?
Yeah, just like at the end, it just made you feel like, just
Three Stooges
Gross,
or my
or
super
just-
ex-girlfriend.
yeah, like you just didn't want to ever see it ever again, because it was just
I mean,
unsettling, like very unsettling at the end.
I mean, Midsommar made me physically react like no other movie, but I love that film so much.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I've never seen it, but
It's on Amazon Prime.
Mine was Mama.
The horror movie, Mama.
Yeah, I just kind of that was like the first like real
Mama.
horror movie that I had ever seen in theaters, and it just made me feel not Ma. Ma is better, but no, Mama.
Ma's the prequel.
there's Mama, and Mother, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Is it-
yeah,
yeah.
Mother's
The
the one that
trifecta.
just physically made me ill because I hated it so much.
Let's
Fair
bring
enough.
it full circle. M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar: The Last Year.
Yeah.
I can see why you would feel that way.
Where's BLT coming in hot for the Sandler, Jack and Jill?
He's not. I think everyone
Yeah.
should be there.
I saw that movie in theaters, so
At least it's better
can-
than Three Stooges.
Oh God, I saw Gotti in theaters.
Got it.
So did Taylor. That's who I would say.
I saw
Jack
Gotti.
and Jill is not better
I
than
saw it on
Stooges.
opening night too.
Wow, you're the biggest Gotti fan
Oh,
I've
God,
ever
it
even
was
heard
so
of.
bad.
I
It
thought Taylor
so
was a
bad.
huge Gotti fan, but dang.
I was the biggest
so
Gotti
bad.
fan I knew until right now.
It was so bad.
Yeah, that was
the hair on his prick.
that was one of the worst movies I've seen, but not in like a repulsive. I think I've said on Really Scared, but the last movie to really like physically make me react was actually probably Gerald's Game on Netflix. The Stephen King adaptation. I never really knew the phrase degloving until I saw that movie, and fuck, that really it's a very gory, very graphic, very realistic looking violent scene. And I thought I was pretty desensitized. I've been watching Terminator 2 since I was 5 years old. That movie got me.
Slaughtered vomit dolls.
There's a couple nouns.
I'm kind of confused as to what's going on down in the video area.
Taylor, did you ever see Slaughtered Vomit Dolls?
I think. All right, now I'm ready for the show to be over. If this is what it's come to, I'm ready for the show.
No, keep it going. Keep it going.
I don't think I'll ever watch The Shining again.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
No.
What? Oh, he's doing a. Okay, I don't know what he's doing. No, the Shining stressed you out that bad?
It like physically, I was so exhausted from that film because of how stressed out it made me throughout the whole thing.
That's how I felt after White Boy Rick.
I like White Boy Rick.
Yeah, I felt
the
that
ending
way
was just
during
like-
Uncut Gems, but I love that movie.
The
Good
Hills
times,
Have
pretty
Eyes.
special. Ooh, yeah.
That's a yucky film.
Yucky, but I think it's good.
The Hobbit
Yucky
films
film.
because of how bad they are, but I still love them.
Hey,
Oh.
you guys want to know the two films that I tried falling asleep during? I
Try.
tried to take a legitimate nap.
I know one of them. Go
It
go
was-
on.
The first Hobbit and The Last Airbender.
Both are understandable.
Well, the second one was awful. The Hobbit was pretty good.
All of the Hobbit movies aren't that good, but I still spent $21.
No, I
on
said
them.
they're pretty good.
I'm
They're pretty good.
Pretty
They're
good.
pretty
They're
good to
pretty
keep you
good.
awake.
Facts.
Wait, one BLT. Facts that they're good or facts that they're bad? That's
One
what I'm
BLT.
saying.
Have you watched One BR? And if not, you should, because we're going to talk about it on Thursday.
Yeah, watch one
Pretty
BR
soon.
before Thursday. One BLT.
You just have two characters in common with it, so you may as well watch it, I believe.
Yeah, I don't like the Hobbit movies, and I tried falling asleep during the first one, and I was unsuccessful.
Yes, they're only all right. Oh,
Yeah, I would say I like the Hobbit movies okay, but I would never feel like a desire to revisit them like the Lord of the Rings, you know?
Worst
I watched-
theater going experience.
Yeah.
Oh, where do I begin?
In it, which I thought was pretty
I
good.
mean, bring Jack and Jill back into this for that.
Nick, I was about to say,
Man, Lovecraft
watching,
Country. He likes
Watching
it.
a superhero movie with a bunch of people who weren't comfortable seeing it, that sucked.
wait, Nick, what about your Spider-Man Homecoming experience?
Oh, that was pretty weird.
Is that Queen Latifah?
Yeah, that was the reaction to the guy next to you. I mean, Connor's experience during that film was pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys see Batman versus Superman? And a guy had like bugs crawling
Yeah,
out of him or
bug-
something?
bug
Wait,
guy.
the worst movie theater experience?
Yeah.
Mine would be Vacation, the Ed Helms sequel remake. I went to see it like on a whim, and there was like behind me, like 2 rows, there's like this grandpa and his kid, and the kid was probably like 8, like hat tops, like 8 years old, and he was just like laughing like at the wrong times, like
Oh God.
they would say like the word penis, and he would just be like losing his mind. I ended up getting a refund because I was like, I didn't hear a word of this movie because this small child is yelling in my ear in an R-rated movie.
You guys ever? Yeah. Has anyone else ever done that? Walked out or like refused to finish a movie? I've never done that. I don't think that I can recall. Short of when Jessica and I fell asleep at the drive-in recently.
There have been 2 movies that I wanted to, but I was at a preview screening with my father, so I couldn't. Don't Mess with the Zohan, and
I can walk out of that one.
we both wanted to walk out, but it was Adam Sandler, so we're like, maybe it gets better, maybe it gets better, maybe it gets better, and it ends, and it's like it never got better. And then second one that I actually have not watched since, and I did want to walk completely out of, was Anchorman 2.
I think Anchorman 2 is hilarious.
Especially the end scene where all the celebrities come in. Oh my God.
That's not my reasoning for it. Was the scene where he meets Megan Good's character's family. I felt completely disrespected as an after that scene, and I wanted to walk out and leave.
I wanted to walk out of The Circle, the one with Tom
that's a rough
Hanks and
watch.
Emma
That's
Watson. Oh
rough.
God, that one was so bad. I was sitting there the whole time. I'm like, I still don't know what's going on. I'm like, they still haven't said what's going on.
That's a very boring one.
Yeah, it's so boring. I'm like, why did I spend money on this?
One BLT, what's the worst movie you've watched if you're still lurking out there? And Zalanu in the chat.
Solano?
Solano! How you doing?
With the gabagoo.
I'm just trying to get us to the big 3. All right? Just trying to get to the big 3-hour landmine. Landmine? I meant landmark, but I guess it is a landmine.
Real Talk is sponsored by Sam Adams, Sam76. Delicious,
Boston
refreshing
lager.
beer. Yeah, it is a refreshing lager. It's very easy to drink. It's very good.
You know, it's a good movie when you hold in your pee. What's the most holding in? What's the most holding in your pee movie you've ever seen?
I did that today when we were watching The Lincoln Lawyer because I didn't want to miss it.
Lincoln Lawyer's good. You know, that's where he got his Lincoln
Knives Out.
because he does that whenever he's in court.
So I
Did you
noticed
notice
that.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I just thought, I was like, wow, this guy was just always doing this shit all the time, I guess. But
No, he got the Lincoln sponsorship from Lincoln Lawyer. And
what?
yeah, and he's like, can I do that thing I did in Lincoln Lawyer? And so he just does that. Yeah.
I think his direction for the Lincoln commercials were just, dude, I don't know, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, just play the same character. Oh, hand sanitizer.
What, are we just now?
I thought they were.
Old Foresters.
Oh, Matt is frozen again.
The most hold in your pee moment at the theater, I would say, would be I don't know.
Oh.
I know what it is. It's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
So good. I didn't want to miss a second of it, and
Me too.
I had to pee like the moment I sat down.
It's so upsetting when you were like, when you have that moment epiphany in a theater where you're like, well, I'm definitely gonna have to get up to pee at some point, and I got to figure out when my spot's gonna be that I won't miss like a really good scene, you know? And you gotta like feel like, okay, this scene's gonna end in like 2 minutes. So if I get out right now, I probably won't miss any important information. Like it just sucks when you know, you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I drank too much
Twilight
Cherry Coke.
films. Any of the Twilight films.
Holding your pee?
Yep.
I think that'd be a good rule for our all-night Twilight watch along, as you can't get up to go pee.
Right.
Oh, that would be that'd be gross.
You have to stay on the screen the whole time through all of the movies.
Tap out.
We should do a drinking game.
Well, yes, no, that's definitely part of it.
Anytime Edward looks at Bella like he's gonna eat her.
So
Drink.
just perpetual IV drip of alcohol, right? I don't know. I haven't seen them.
He doesn't look like he's gonna eat her a lot.
Yes, Twilight the Vimp movie.
Yes, we will be doing a watch along of Twilight, the entire series at some point on this channel.
That was something we made up impromptu on The Last Really Scared, and I'm sticking to it.
And don't forget about our cooking show, Really Hungry.
Dude, my man, 1BLT in the chat, snacks for Twilight Marathon. You know we're bringing snacks. I hope you bring snacks. This guy just loves to eat, and I'm all about it. He's so on brand all the time.
Ohio
He's going to
pie.
be our #1 fan for Really Hungry.
For
Ohio pie.
Twilight, may we suggest a Bloody Mary?
All right, guys, I'm sorry. We got to end the show.
I'm kidding.
And you
I
have to
thought it was great.
delete the recording of the show.
Aw. I agree. It was great. That was a good one.
Yeah, no, we need good vampire themed snacks for sure. Nobody gets up to pee. What else you guys got?
All these to be
I'm
themed.
just gonna eat a bowl of garlic.
I think everyone should have to wear like a lot of glitter on their face so they sparkle throughout the stream.
Oh hell yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We got it. We're coming up with something good. And then we have to like raise money for some sort of anti-vampire charity.
Anti or pro-vampire?
I would say anti.
Or
I don't.
rabies awareness for bat bites.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, my rabies awareness is at an all-time
Would you
high.
just? I was gonna say, did you just say that you're Team Jacob?
Okay, guys, everybody sound off real quick. Team Edward or Jacob? Nick, you're first. We're going
All
left
right.
to right. Go.
Batman.
Wait,
Edward.
which one's the wolf, dude?
That's Jacob. Even I know this.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Nick, which one are you? You're Edward?
Pasty white lerps. I'll go with freaking Edward.
Go Edward. 1BLT's going Edward. You know, I don't know much about Twilight, but I just know that Jacob imprints on a baby, so I'm going Team Edward. Solano with the Team Edward. Jessica, what are you, Team Edward or Team Jacob? Don't feel pressured.
I can't. I
Can't.
cannot.
Can't pick?
No, I cannot.
Like them both too much?
I just can't. I can't do it.
What's the pros and cons of each? You have 14 minutes till we reach 3 hours. Go.
Team Edward. Team
Actually,
Edward
yeah. No, let's
This,
assume. Here's the
This
thing.
says it all. This says it all.
Here's the thing.
I
don't
can't
know-
pick either because I don't know.
I know. I can't pick.
Is
You already
anybody-
said Jacob.
Is anybody out here throwing down for Jacob?
I mean, Jacob was there for Bella when Edward left. That's why I just can't.
Spoilers.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
dude, we can't spoil the movie for him, Jess. Like, what the?
What snacks are you guys bringing to the Oh, it's a cow. 1BLT says it's a cow in the pig. That's a scary cow. I don't know. Are you sure? Where did you get
That's a
that?
cow. That's a cow.
That's a cow, confirmed.
I'll eat that cow.
Now you're talking 1BLT's language.
Yeah.
1BLT is born hungry.
I do want to know what your guys' before streaming happened, that one film that would come on right before you went to bed and you would stay up later than you should to watch it.
Ooh, that was a good question. Mine was Monday Night Raw, actually. I know that's not a film, but I was not allowed to stay up past like 8, so
IFC.
gotta sneak that in.
IFC like to play Showgirls at like 1 a.m.
Yes, dude. Me and Connor on the IFC thing. I didn't see Showgirls, but Showgirls is totally one of those movies. I didn't see Showgirls on IFC, but I did see. I saw Y Tu Mama Tambien as like a child.
Yeah, me
It
too.
was about like a polygamous threesome relationship road
Yeah.
trip.
Crash, not
Crash.
not the one with Ludacris. The other one with James Spader.
I also saw the original Bad Lieutenant, not the Nick Cage one. But
Yeah,
the
the one
Harvey
with
Keitel, the
Harvey
first
Keitel.
one,
Yeah.
where he goes whole hog. I remember that as a child.
Yeah, IFC kind of fucked me up.
And a more serious answer to the question would be, I got the poster right over here still. Fight Club on Spike TV one day. I caught that as like in like 6th grade or something. And I didn't know anything about Fight Club. It's still why it's still one of my favorite movies is because it was like the first like roller coaster ride of not really knowing what was going to happen and realizing the movie was on a different level than I was. I went in thinking like, this is a movie about boxing or something, right? And I'm like 10. So I have no expectation, and it ends up being something way different. And I remember I was just like so under the movie spell that it's still top tier favorite. One of the few movies I would bust out money for a Mondo poster on. So very special to me all this time later.
I know Fight Club is on HBO currently, so if you want to watch that.
It's also perpetually in my bookshelf. So
I have never seen it.
oh my goodness.
I've gotten partway through, but I have no shame. Here we go.
So Matt, did you say Edward or Jacob?
I said Edward.
You got his merch.
We got
Yeah,
four.
so this is all you need to know. Edward.
There should be 5, not 3.
I'm going to reserve judgment until the watch along. I might like Jacob. You never know. Solana loves Fight Club too. Thank you, my friend.
Fight Club is fantastic.
You know what's fucked up? This watch along is causing me to want to go buy the other two.
You love them, dude. And I heard you wanted to read Midnight Sun, so I'll get you a copy too.
No, I do not. That is, I do not read those books, but I do read Harry Potter and Percy Jackson and any Star Wars books.
You know what book you should read? You should read Survivor Song. You should read Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay, part of the Really Scared book club. It's very good.
You want to know what book you should read? The first book of the.
Here it comes. I see she's getting it.
Oh, he gave it to you.
Yes, he did.
Yep, it's right here.
You do realize we do have to do a video of Ray eating liver and onions, right? I'm gonna have to talk to my grandmother about cooking them.
I heard our September Really Scared book club pick was Midnight Sun, so that's what the watch along is getting ready for.
All right, so I can already tell you what book club book for Saber Reels will be, and it is not actually a Star Wars canon book. It is a book.
War and Peace.
No, it is Why We Love Star Wars: The Great Moments That Built a Galaxy Far, Far Away by Ken Knapsack. That will be the first book of the Saber Reels book club, just because it helps get you. Yeah, Ken Knapsack, gotta love it. It helps get you in the mindset of why you actually love Star Wars, and this is one of the few books I actually have read a couple times. So
I'm gonna write one on Fast and Furious.
I heard when you open that book, it's actually just a picture book of Babu Frick.
No,
it is. Yeah.
This is
75 pages of Watto.
Yeah, it's just Watto. It's just hand-drawn Watto fan art, I heard.
Oh, no.
385 pages.
Don't touch the wire. Don't touch the wire.
Well, no,
come on, guys. We got.
I'm okay.
We got
385 pages of the 100 greatest moments in Star Wars and their honorable mentions by Ken Knapsack. His opinion.
Why don't you just read it out loud for the last 8 minutes of the show?
No.
I'm out.
No.
But you want to know what I will read out loud?
Ben 10 is trending on Twitter.
What about? We got breaking news.
Ben 10 got canceled. He was outed as a serial predator.
No, it's this picture of Tom Holland as Ben 10 that everybody wants.
Oh, Connor, I finished Hannibal today.
Amazing, right? How about that ending?
Oh
Taylor,
my god!
You want me to read? I'll read from the Peanut Butter Falcon script.
You just want to do our Batman table read right now?
We could just watch the movie.
This is now about Hannibal again. What an amazing ending! Am I right, guys?
What a cliffhanger!
Literally.
Everybody watch Hannibal. So
I will mute all of you.
Everybody watch Hannibal so we can do a whole really scared episode about it. I would love to do that.
Yeah, that'd be a 4-hour episode.
Good. Oh my god.
I would love to just rant and gush, and I mean.
Wait,
gush.
what's everyone's favorite movie of all time?
In
the whole world.
What a great question.
Star Wars. All nine
twist.
Saga
Really?
films. All 9 saga films are one complete story. So Star Wars.
No way.
Oh, shut up.
Who would have thought?
All 9 movies, 1 movie. That's some real Georgia Lucas nonsense right there.
Not.
I don't think I could pick one movie.
Toy Story.
Oh man.
Okay, Matt.
Strong pick.
Toy Story.
If I'm not
never
picking,
leave my number 1 spot.
if I'm not picking Star Wars, I'm gonna say Breakfast Club.
if we want
Nice.
top 5,
Clerks.
Solano's he's doing the Matt Thomas approach. Marvel, all the movies, one movie.
I'm sorry, but I can't forgive Iron Man 3 or Thor 2. So
The Infinity Saga, the whole movie.
They're all one movie.
they are.
By that
I would
logic.
argue that too. I would argue that.
Man, an all-time favorite. It is always that hard question, you know. But Jurassic Park, not to rip off Toby Barkwell, who professed his love for it on Chris's sake, but I gotta agree, Jurassic Park, timeless. Love it as a kid, loving it as an adult.
Mhm.
Obviously, I've talked a lot about my love for The Shining on this channel, which Jessica will never watch again.
but a new era favorite would be Blade Runner 2049. I think that movie is a masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece.
I don't think it has any flaws. I think Blade Runner 2049 is a perfect movie.
I like it better than the original Blade
Me too.
Runner. I don't know
Me
if that's
too.
a hot take or not, but I like it
No,
better.
I don't
not.
think it is.
It's
I think it's way better than the original.
I agree.
All great
It's not-
picks.
It's not a hot take at all.
One BLT thrown over the hedge into there really has got me
Yeah,
thinking.
what Bruce Willis as a squirrel.
No, he's a raccoon.
Yeah, no,
Was he a raccoon? I thought he was.
it's Steve Carell's the squirrel.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was the timid squirrel, and Bruce Willis was the badass.
Thief raccoon.
Yeah.
I heard he had a clause in his contract that he had to look like a certain level of cool the whole movie, or he was going to drop out.
Because Shark Tale is the best animated movie ever.
Oh my god, I love Shark Tale because the shark, like the actual shark, looks like Robert De Niro.
Oh, is this like a Clooney snowman thing? Okay, I don't know if I'll buy it this time.
It has this mole and everything, in the exact spot.
Hold on,
And
I
the
got it.
pufferfish looks like Martin Scorsese and everything. It's so great.
Working
I love Shark Tale.
Breaking news: Zack Snyder has released a new Justice League teaser ahead of the DC fandom.
Well, let's watch it right now.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
Pull it up.
Oh, it's only an.
Pull it up.
I'm trying to see if it's just an image. Yeah, it's literally just an image from his Vero because he's the only person who uses Vero still, and it just
Wait,
says.
Matt, what did you say your overall movie would be if it wasn't Star
In
Wars?
6 days, Breakfast Club.
Ladder.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's Wayne Mansion from the end. It looks like.
Oh.
There's so many good movies.
Guys, no, I got it right here. Here's the Snyder Cut teaser. It's coming in hot.
It does look like it.
Yes.
But isn't it? Oh no, that was the other shark. The main shark is played by Jack Black, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
By
Will
Tom
Smith.
Zavertnik.
Oh, there's so many other good animated movies besides Shark Tale.
Toy Story, which is the best animated movie of all time.
I said it was the best animated movie starring Martin Scorsese as a pufferfish.
Yeah.
Okay.
My
My
favorite
friend-
all-time movie is Almost
My friend.
Famous, and then my favorite animated movie is probably Shrek 2.
Oh my God.
Almost Famous is really good. Where the Wild Things Are. Where the Wild Things Are is my number
Oh,
2
that
favorite movie
made me
of all
cry
time.
so bad when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's hard for me to watch because it
Yeah.
makes me so sad.
Surf's Up. Isn't John
Oh.
Cena in that?
No, he's in the sequel
Oh, right.
that stars a bunch of WWE people for some reason.
The Martin Scorsese fish.
I think my top 5 would go Toy Story, Where the Wild Things Are, Blade Runner, Evil Dead, Scream.
A really harsh take for Surf's Up 2 from 1BLT. I mean, you got to say, you don't see it served up that aggressively.
You got Undertaker's in that movie. Paige is in that movie. Triple H is in that movie. John Cena is in that movie.
I really like the idea of the Undertaker as an undead wizard that somehow is contacted and comes to the recording studio to voice act a penguin.
I'm going to be the Undertaker for Halloween.
Good
Shit.
pick. Jessica did some really creepy reface things with me and the Undertaker
so
today.
excited.
No kidding, really? Did you upload them?
No, we got to get those.
Taylor,
We
do you
gotta-
still,
Oh,
still
God.
have that Sting card that I gave you?
Sting card.
Yeah, I gave you a Sting card that I got from Family Video. I gave it to you at Tracy one day.
Oh, what? I do know what you're talking about.
I do remember this.
There's literally virtually no chance I got rid of it, but I don't know where it is right now. There's 0% chance I don't have it though.
Did I ever tell you guys I sent a card to Hornswoggle?
Trade you?
No,
you
frame
trade
it.
Oh,
No,
frame it.
Find it and frame it.
I thought you said trade me like you wanted it back.
No, what am I going to give you for a Steam card?
You're like the resale value on it skyrocketed. It. Give it back.
Okay. Okay. Quote, there are 2 more books that I think in the world that I want to write, she said. I have got them outlined and a chapter written, I think, of the first one. So I know it's there. I'm not ready to do that right now. I want to do something brand new. Stephanie Meyer on the next 2 Twilight books.
We're going back in, baby.
They're definitely making movies.
You think they got to recast though, right? Because our
sure.
pets and Case do hate those movies, right?
Yeah, they'll throw cash at them.
No, because they've both aged out completely.
Maybe from Edward's perspective, the world literally just physically looks different. That's their response.
I don't think Pattinson would ever work with Kristen ever again.
That's true. They also had that.
Then they're gonna remake. They're gonna reboot it.
She cheated on him with her.
They're gonna reboot it and make like 6 more.
Those guys also couldn't play high schoolers, I guess. Really, that would be weird. And also, Edward would age, which he's not supposed to. He'd be older now.
All right. And they're gonna reboot him.
Can't wait.
Hold on. Snyder Cut preview right here.
What a way to end it. What the fuck?
I don't want to watch this.
This is over.
Oh god.
Thanks for watching, guys. Especially those who are still watching at this. I apologize if you're still watching at this point. For audio listeners, I don't even really want to tell you.
Yeah, it's Taylor.
I don't even want it.
That is not Taylor.
Drinking hot sauce.
Jumping onto that's not Taylor.
I gotta be honest. That's me. For audio listeners, we were watching a video of me.
Wait, go back to the hot glue gun tutorial.
All right, guys. Signing off. I'm Matt.
Paranormal Activity. I like
this episode.
I like them.
I'm sorry. No, I'm Taylor. Come back on this channel if you're still watching this. First of all, God bless you. Second of all, come back Thursday for a comparatively streamlined experience.
Probably not.
I like Paranormal Activity already too. With 1BR producer Alok Mishra coming back for the second appearance on the channel, and the wonderful and almighty Naomi Grossman of 1BR and American Horror Story fame, both coming on this show to hang out with us and talk with us. We're going to look at also the Lovecraft Country pilot episode, which premiered tonight. Can't wait to go check that out. Had a good George Thomas review, not easily earned, so I'm looking forward to it. And I think we might also mention a film called Dead Dicks. I don't know. Maybe we'll take a look at that as well, as per Alok's recommendation. But no, it's going to be a really fun episode.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Going to be a blast. And this was a blast. And 1BLT is going to be back to watch again. And if you didn't have enough to look forward to, there it is right there. He's going to come back and ask us what we're eating. I'm prepared for 1BLT to come ask Naomi Grossman what she's eating.
Where'd Matt go?
And a perfect ending to the show. Matt's technically. Should we end it while he's gone?
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Yes, my internet was just acting a fool again. So
you're nice, Solani. Thanks for watching. I hope we'll see you again.
Come back.
Come back Thursday.
Come back Thursday. We have an awesome show. We always have awesome shows on this channel, as you can tell for tonight. And this is great. We had Jessica on for the first time on Real Talk. I believe this is the first time Allie's been on Real Talk. This is great.
I'm tired and I just want to watch
Yes,
Love Cat.
Thank you.
Good night.
Oh, is Matt frozen again?
Good night, everyone. Stay spooky. And as always,